Hopefully this broadcast finds you well. This is Scratched Up Live, number 47. Round of applause. We are just blowing through the 40s here, almost to episode 50, which I cannot believe. Put in a lot of work out here on Quarter Day Recordings, but Quarter Day Recordings is your first stop for hip-hop discussion and music production. I'm your host, Eric Obscure. It's been a bit of a minute since I've last checked in. My last stream was probably, sometime last week, early last week, and I did 2 Go Rage live streams in a row, in which I created the beat for what eventually turned into a Dan Clancy diss track. Now I'm going to give a double shout out here. 1 to my Dan Clancy diss track, and 2 to the Quarter Day Recordings Discord. You can find the link to the QDR Discord in the description of this YouTube video. And this is where it all goes down on a daily basis for Quarter Day Recordings. This is where updates are posted about anything going on with the channel, and then also just current events, hip-hop discussion, sharing music. If you ever want to see me cover something specific, this is the place to let me know. Post memes in here. But yeah, so we did 2 Go Rage live streams, number 8 and number 9. A little backstory: the H3 podcast put out a call for for fans to make a remix of a little funny little doodad diddly that Dan Clancy, the CEO of Twitch, did on the street here with Ari at home. Yes, we're going to watch the video. Yes, I'm going to show you my track and all of that. We'll do it all at the top here. Let's see here. So, H3 Podcast doing a competition. This week's supposedly supposed to be on Friday. And so they wanted people to make a remix of this here. So let's give this.
Because I got a bad cold, but I gotta sing.
You gotta sing. We do a little verse.
All right, I'll do something.
Oh yeah.
And by the way, for real, big shout out to Ari at home. I've been watching him this year, and then randomly popped up on, the podcast that I watch. So pretty dope. He's doing cool things. He walks around with this big ass, synth contraption desk. That's like strapped like one-man band style where it's all strapped to his body. And he goes around and makes beats on the fly and just has random people on the street freestyle and sing on them, and it's really dope. And supposedly the CEO of Twitch rolled up on him by chance. I don't know. Very odd. Very odd.
You gotta get me going.
I'll give you the auto-tune. Sing something right now.
Where you going, man? Where you going? Where you at? I'm going strong. See you later. I'll see you that. See you where? No matter what. What you doing out here in New York? And I'm just walking by, you see. I'm the CEO of Twitch, but I just happen to run into you. Bam, boom, 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 boom.
Yo, Gravy's dad, everybody.
Boom, boom.
Give it up. Give it up for.
So that's that. And what I did with that was make a bit of a diss track to Dan Clancy. It's all fun and games, right? But let me pull up what I made from that. All right. after Go Rage Live number 9, I made the beat, and then that next day I started, maybe even that night, I started writing lyrics, okay? And then so I didn't record any of the lyric writing or recording process because that was really, took a long time and was pretty, not fun to watch. But I also spent a lot of time making this video to go along with the song because I really want to get chosen to be part of this competition. $500 first prize. First 3 places get money. So be pretty dope. But even if I just want to be in the competition. That alone would be a win. And I can't tell you guys, I don't want to tell you guys specifics, but I have reason to believe that I may have actually gotten selected by the crew to be in the bracket, basically. So they had like close to 200 submissions, probably over 200 at the end of it all. But they can only, there's only going to be like 20 max for the competition that get chosen, But I'm not going to go into specifics because nothing's happened yet. But I do have reason to believe that they may have at least strongly considered me. Dude, my hair is insane right now. It's bothering me. It's really pissed me off. But anyways, I'll shut up. Watch my masterpiece here.
I'm the CEO of
Fucking sheesh. Hold on. Sorry.
I'm the CEO of I'm the CEO of Twitch. I'm the CEO of I'm the CEO of Twitch.
Dan Clancy. Fuck, you can't stand me.
Where you going?
Feel a little ranty. Feel a little antsy. Dan Clancy. Iron game, pocket up, plan B. I saw him pissing in panties. Chakras be a line Bambi. Pop out pimping, I'm kidney. T-Pain don't really like you. I can tell by the way that he talking. In that video, giving you a house tour like you threatened with a gun when you walked in. Very much cringing me out. Standing with your hands in your armpits. One day you figure it out. Racists run the diversity department. Dollar store Steve Jobs type shit. Drama club, petty V pirate. Steady beat, Roblox, ISIS. Sighting spear with pikes and shit. So obviously there's a lot going on here. I made this image. A little background, since I might as well give all the little details. Story of making it. So this image, I threw this into Photoshop. Put all these characters' heads on the bodies. And by the way, the lyrics are in the description of this Dan Clancy diss track, if you go search for it. But I did not mean to make this image so small. I accidentally at some point scaled this down without realizing it, and then never fixed it. So this was due on Monday. Due as in like that was like the last day that they were accepting submissions. And so Sunday night, I was working till 4 in the morning, and I had woken up at 5 a.m. that day. So I was up for nearly 24 hours, and I was just up until 4 in the morning. And I'll get to another little detail to the story in a second here, but yeah, there's a couple little things where I'm like, damn, I would have fixed that if I realized before I uploaded it and sent it and all that, but very minor details. But so I did, well, when it gets to the part, I'll explain another piece of the story here, but just know that this picture alone took like 30 minutes to edit. But I did make it the thumbnail in the end, so it was totally worth it. Pirate, steady beat, Roblox, ISIS, sighting spear with pikes. And there's lots of context here that I'm not going to even go into, but you can do your own research.
I'm the CEO of Twitch. I'm the CEO of I'm the CEO of Twitch. I'm the CEO of I'm the CEO of Twitch. I'm the CEO of I'm the CEO of Twitch.
Dan Clancy. Fuck, you can't stand me. Feel a little ranty. Feel a little antsy. Dan Clancy. Never gotta go to drop a panty.
Besides
Never
lovely,
has considered
lovely
double
wife.
tanning. Think it's probably time to get a haircut. You look a little bit like Manson. You kinda look a little bit scary. The cowboy hat isn't handsome. I wonder what it is that you're planning. So right there, I blocked out this photo here. A little bit scary. The cowboy hat isn't handsome. I wonder what it is that you're planning. So it says photo of Take Kaczynski. I missed it again because I'm an idiot. But So here we go. I originally uploaded this video without this censored. It's Ted Kaczynski's mugshot, just 3 times in a row here. This is the Unabomber, if you're not aware. One of the most prolific, domestic terrorists in American history. And so the line that I say is, I wonder what it is that you're planning. Ted was, had some pretty radical ideas in his manifesto that were kind of like not too disagreeable, really, but, where he took it was pretty fucking insane, obviously. So YouTube flagged my video as soon as I put this up, uncensored, specifically just because I put this picture of Ted Kaczynski. Now, later in this video, I have, like, a picture of Hitler in here and shit. None of that didn't do it. It was just this photo of Ted Kaczynski for terrorism, like inciting terrorist thoughts or something. I don't know. Got a warning. I had to do a little, like, 10-question quiz to clear my account of any wrongdoing or whatever. So I got a warning. So I took it down, YouTube took it down. So I went back in, censored this shit, put it back up, and it was all good. I couldn't believe it. So I submitted it originally at like 2:30 a.m. And then that happened. And at that point, I'm so like running on like no sleep. Like I am up for nearly 24 hours. And I had to be up for an extra hour to figure that out. I don't know why it took me an extra hour. Well, I had to retype everything. And I was like drifting in and out of sleep, literally. Falling asleep, but like keeping myself awake. Like, no, I gotta finish this shit. So, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears went into this shit. Just saying. I wonder what it is that you're planning. Dreamers that you like avoid banning. Stochastic terrorist standing. Propaganda government handling. See, this didn't do anything to the system. It was just the Ted Kaczynski. So, I didn't realize they were so sensitive to Ted, to the Unabomber specifically. It's outstanding. It's up.
I'm the CEO. I'm the CEO of Rich. I'm the CEO of Rich.
This last verse is my favorite.
I'm the CEO of Rich. I'm the CEO of Rich.
Dan Clancy. Fuck, you can't stand me. Feel a little ranty. Feel a little antsy. Dan Clancy. How many times you get caught looking at bikini streamers? Just a question. Creepy Pee Wee Herman sits in a movie theater. Illustration. So uncoordinated. Flipped a girl and dropped her on the corner pavement. Overshoot a cue ball off a pocket table. Sucking off on Hasanabi's under navel. Latching on to terrorist propaganda. Laughing at what I have labeled as the Twitch scandal. That was a ChatGPT special right there. Laughing at what I have labeled as the Twitch scandal. This is ChatGPT work. Shout out.
I'm the CEO of Rich. I'm the CEO of Rich. I'm the CEO of Rich. I'm the CEO of
This last picture here, I'm not 100% sure this one's Dan Clancy, but I don't think it really matters. Slip a silly one in here at the end here. Although it does look very similar to this picture, him with Aiden Ross here. Yeah, not sure about that one, but it's the last photo. I had to be a little goofy at the end.
I'm the CEO of Rich.
Right. All right. So I just wanted to share that. 236 views, 19 upvotes. People saying this is so good. I hope you win. This is a mini nuke, not just a remix, a full-on Tomahawk missile. Feeling blessed. This came up in my recommended. So there is hopefully a good shot for me to get entered into the arena with everybody else. Could be fun. All right. Anyways, we are here for serious business tonight. All right. We have a lot to talk about. It's been a while since my last scratched up live stream, and a lot has happened. I guess a lot of little things have happened. So I'll just kind of dive right into them. We're gonna hit a ton of these like little just headlines Okay, and then I want to review my updated Hip Hop 200 playlist, and then we'll peace out of here. I think that's how we'll do it tonight. Hope it shouldn't be too long of a stream tonight, but I do have a lot of these headline stories to hit, and they're pretty cool. They're pretty fun. I mean, not cool. They're pretty funny though. We'll see what we can do here. Okay. Like I said, my hair is really driving me crazy. But yeah, from the last Scratched Up Live, number 46, was like nearly 5 hours long. I didn't cut up any highlights because all last week I was just busy making that song in that video. So sorry about that. But Scratched Up Live number 46 is timestamped. So I figured that'll just do. I'm just taking a week break from the highlights to do that creative project. And I thought about I could go back now and chop up some of those and into some highlights, but it's so old news. I'm just gonna start fresh with highlights from this episode. So I don't know if that's even relevant to viewers, but you get a little peek behind the curtain. How I make the sausage out here. All right. So first things first, rapper Sean Kingston was sentenced to 3.5 years in prison for his and his mom's $1 million fraud scheme. Okay, this is a story we talked about as it was happening. Who would have thought that Sean Kingston was going to go down in a wire fraud scheme? Beautiful girls. No beautiful girls in prison, Sean. No beautiful girls in prison. I mean, in the women's prison, but not in the men's prison. But rapper Sean Kingston was sentenced to 3.5 years in prison Friday after being convicted of a $1 million fraud scheme in which he and his mother sent victims fake wire receipts for high-end merchandise, investigators said. Kingston and his mom were each convicted in March by a federal jury of conspiracy to commit wire fraud and 4 counts of wire fraud. His mother was sentenced to 5 years in prison last month. Damn. She got more than him. I didn't realize that. That's fucking nuts. So, was she the brains behind it all? Kingston rose to fame at age 17 with 2007 hit Beautiful Girls, which sampled Benny King's 1961 Stand By Me. Stand By Me. How is he supposed to meet any beautiful girls? That's what I just said. That's so fucking funny, dude. I used to love his Beautiful Girls song in high school. Jeez, yep. How the great fall. How they fall they fall so far from grace. So sad. No, he'll come back. This is the best promo he's had in like 15, 20 years. So he's good. He'll get out of jail. 3.5 years is like a blip of the eye these days. Maybe he'll get out a little early. And once he's out, he'll drop the comeback album and maybe he'll have another hit on there and he'll be relevant, I guess, because the whole wire fraud scheme, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. All right. He will be fine. I'm just going to bulldoze through some of these because, this is a week old already and it is what it is. I mean, he's going to jail. I was thinking about maybe looking up more info on it, but I mean, all right, I guess I am this is a hip-hop research stream, so we might as well just fucking do the hip-hop research. So I just want to see if there's any other extra juicy details I'm missing out here. Kingston. Let's see. Department of Justice. Here we go. Doesn't get more official than that. Sean Kingston and mother sentenced to federal prison for $1 million fraud scheme. All right, hold on one second. I'm going to change out my mouse. Because this one, I can't really zoom with it. Right there. All right. There we go. Miami. Keyshawn Paul Anderson, a.k.a. Sean Kingston, 35, was sentenced today to 42 months in federal prison by U.S. District Judge David S. Leibowitz. Following his conviction by a federal jury on charges of conspiracy to commit wire fraud, Anderson participated in a scheme to defraud luxury merchandise vendors of more than $1 million in property, including a bulletproof Escalade, high-end watches, and a 232-inch LED television. Damn, 232 inches. Like, I'm having trouble grasping how big that is. That's an entire wall. That's like a movie theater, I guess. On July 23rd, Anderson's mother, Janice Eleanor Turner, 62, was sentenced to 5 years in federal prison for her role in the scheme. According to evidence presented at trial, I wonder if did mom take the fall for her famous son? Is that what happened here? Or is she really like more at fault? According to evidence presented at trial between April 23 and March 24, Anderson contacted victims through a social media platform to arrange purchase of high-end merchandise. After negotiating deals, Anderson invited sellers to one or more of his luxury homes in Broward County. One second. During these meetings, Anderson used his celebrity status to gain his victims' trust, offering to feature their products on social media or name-dropping high-profile celebs as potential referral clients. And I did a video on all of this already, where I go into even more detail than this. So, you could always just go search my channel, Sean Kingston, whatever the fuck. Go look at a more detailed video on this situation. But yeah, I mean, fuck them for that. It's just stealing. Practically stealing, but they got caught. Yeah, so I mean, like, such scummy behavior. I don't know if that, why? I don't know. Very curious, like what's his mom like? I wish I got more. I wish I knew more about them as individuals, but I don't know. His mom is seeming like a fucking from Luke Cage. What's the Harlem Boss's the lady's name? I just watched the show. I should know this, but yeah. Fuck, I can't remember. No, let me look it up. Mariah Stokes. Yeah. Is Sean Kingston's mom like Mariah Stokes kind of vibe? Or what's going on here? I don't know. All right. So we're just going down the line of how I have these stories pulled up. So we're kind of going right into a juicy one here. This is very juicy. Okay. Well, not really juicy, but just like kind of shocking, and I just can't believe it, and I'm a bit excited to talk about it. So this is an advertisement that I got served to me on Instagram, naturally, or organically or whatever. All right. So imagine me just scrolling and I get this ad, and it kind of stops me in my tracks. Imagine, well, you're about to feel it yourself. So this one's kind of stopped me in my tracks because I'm a fan of Guru, right? Shout out Gangstar, DJ Premier, Guru, rest in peace. But this stops me in my tracks because it says, get featured with Guru, rest in peace, on your next release. So I'm like, oh, Guru features on a sponsored ad, like trying to sell Guru features? Honor hip-hop's fallen legends through your music. Your tracks become part of their continuing legacy, right? Build press kits that shows deep respect for the culture. Underline respect. Why? Because I'm gonna dive into this, but let me barrel through these. Next one, stand out with features from hip hop's most respected names, who are all dead. This is an advertisement selling features specifically of dead rappers. Legendary features unlocked. Get features from hip-hop's most respected names without the industry connections. You know what separates those who make it in music from dreamers? Who's on their tracks. And now we just handed you the ultimate cheat code. After months of behind-the-scenes work, we've secured something that's never been available before. Features from some of the game's most respected artists, including recordings from legends who are no longer with us. We're talking Guru. And then they go on to list rappers that are dead. We're talking Guru, ODB, Young Noble, OG Mako, and Pop Smoke. Names that open doors. Voices that still command respect. Names of people who are dead and have no say in the matter is actually what's going down here. Here's what this means for your career. Honor hip-hop's fallen legends through your music. Check. Your tracks become part of their continuing legacy. I can't get over this line. Your tracks become part of their legacy. Like, you could leech on to this dead person's legacy. It's great. It'll be great for your career. This, I could not believe. I cannot believe this. It's just insane. Get access to opportunity other artists won't be able to get anywhere else except here. What do you mean? Yeah. Okay. So there's a lot to kind of take in here. Inside this pack, you will get Guru, Gangstar feature, ODB, Wu-Tang. So he's selling it as a pack. You can get this group of dead people's verses in this dead people verse pack. It's insane, dude. 20 unreleased and exclusive beats by Anno Domini Nation. 10 additional custom beat variations for all features. Commercial rights licenses. So yeah, you get the rights or the license to the rights of these dead rappers. So, you know, it's what he obviously owns the rights to these verses. Okay? But it's the marketing here. You know, he may as well have gotten he might as, to be fair, he probably got these while these artists were still alive. I mean, Guru, ODB, you know, maybe not all of them, but some of them. Maybe he got these verses while these artists were alive, but to just so boldly advertise this like dead rapper beat feature package, it's so sick, dude. And look at this guy, Anno Domini Beats. Look at this guy. Just like, come on, bro. Literally like making a buck off of dead rappers' names as like this guy, Mr. Prom here, Mr. Senior Prom here. His squeaky clean life, making money off the legacy of dead rappers, dead legends, who I'm gonna assume had no idea who he is. I'm just gonna assume that. But so all you have to do is step 1, join our early access list now to receive the link. Takes 30 seconds. Secure your pack on August 28th, 2025. That's tomorrow. Step 3, record your verses alongside these legendary voices. I'm sure they are not rolling in their graves. I'm sure they're definitely not rolling in their graves. For sure not. Right? So yeah, I mean, this is just, like I said in the description of this live, the worst, most disgusting, most vomit-inducing advertisement in hip-hop history. Anno Domini Beats, my friends. Anno Domini Beats. I don't care who he knows. Anno. I don't care what his connections are. I don't care what his place in the industry is or whatever the hell. This is fucking sick, dude. This is just disrespectful. It's wrong. There's no way that these rappers' estates are thrilled about it. There's no way that Guru's family is a part of this. And maybe legally they don't have to be, but it's so distasteful. Like, you have no shame to do this. You know, it may be legal or whatever the fuck, or like within your rights or whatever. That's all fine. But you have no soul, sir. It's insane, dude. Yeah. And this ad has come up multiple times, actually. Multiple times the ad has popped up for me. Here's our boy. Here's our boy. Making a buck off dead rappers. Making a buck off dead rappers. Dead legends. He's here he is with BG of the Hot Boys. So that's cool. But yeah, this you know, and I don't want to put the family on blast. That you know, there's this kid, you know, shout out to his kid. He's got a cute little kid there, but yeah, not great, man. Not good. So that's that. Rolling along here. Rolling along. Let's see here. Okay, so at this point, kind of old news, but maybe you didn't catch it. So the long-time rumored collaboration project between Westside Gunn and Madlib, known colloquially as GunnLib, has apparently been indefinitely delayed, right? On Twitter, Westside Gunn responds to somebody saying, "So no GunnLib?" ? With, quote, "I respect Madlib and everything we have is classics, but full projects isn't what I'm trying to do anymore. Respectfully, I'ma finish where my heart telling me to." Excuse me. So here is Westside Gunn himself putting the kibosh on the GunnLib album for no reason other than just it's not vibing with him artistically, I guess. Like dropping I don't know, he's just not vibing with it. Well, he obviously it's classics. He acknowledges that the music is classic, but I don't know, it's not classic enough to drop apparently, so it can't be that great if that's the case. If it was like needing to be heard, I imagine Westside would know that it needs to be given out. But if Westside is hesitant, then I'm gonna trust Westside. I'm gonna trust Westside because that's really high expectations. There's no way that it's gonna, you know, it could live up to expectations, but it's gonna be tough. And if it's just not there, maybe Westside sees that. I don't know. I'm just kind of spitballing here, but he says that full projects isn't what I'm trying to do anymore, but he's literally dropping a project tonight. Heels Have Eyes 2. Yeah, Heels Have Eyes 2 should be coming out in like 15 minutes. So I don't know what he's talking about. But yeah, originally announced, you know, it's been being talked about for at least 3 years. Here's Westside talking about it in 2022 with Fantano. Wait, do we got the audio? No audio. And then here he is in 22 talking about it. Yes, I know people want GunnLib in 2023, something we never got. Yes, I do want to make Awesome God a trilogy. Did he ever do Awesome God 3? See how much of this actually came to fruition. Yes, WWCD, which is what would Sheen Gunn do? What would Sheen do? He says, yes, what would Sheen do? 2 is on top of my list. There's no way I'll hang it up without a project with my family. Still haven't gotten that. Yes, Stove God will be dropping. I don't know if we haven't gotten the Stove God. Still haven't gotten the Stove God Griselda project. Yes, Michelle Records will be dropping. Still have not gotten Michelle. So 3 years in, he's dropped a lot of projects since then, but none of these. Just kind of fascinating. I mean, he's such a creative that, you know, I'm not gonna hold him to his word. Kind of like Kanye in that way, where he's just like constantly making new shit, which is cool. You know, I respect that. But what was I looking up here? Awesome God trilogy. Just want to see. So here's Fly God is an Awesome God 1, 2. Yeah, so he still hasn't done the third one. Maybe it'll never come. We don't know. Got all the HHs. Peace, Fly God. Forgot about that one. Who Made the Sunshine? Underrated. Yeah, and then he's been doing... Well, So 12 last year was like a 11 song project, but yeah, he's been doing these like shorter EPs and whatnot. So I like it. He's always keeping it fresh and interesting and whatnot with his releases. I fucks with that. Okay, and then April 1st, 2024, somebody gave it a date of April 26, 2024, but that obviously never came out. So yeah, if it's all up to Westside Gunn, we will probably never get, or at least not in a long time or in a while, GunnLib. But who the fuck knows? These people, they change their mind on a whim sometimes. Especially someone like Westside. But yeah, new Westside project dropping tonight. That is facts. All right, moving on. Okay, this one's like a speculation kind of thing. Just so hardcore Frank Ocean fans speculate now that he is actually not dropping another project ever, right? Not anytime in the next like 10 years at least, right? I mean, that's me kind of saying that, but that's kind of the way that they are handling it over at r/Frank Ocean. So someone posted this 13 days ago. Tyler's dropped 5 albums since Blonde. So kind of just take that one in. Something I hadn't really thought about that hard. But it is true, and it is kind of crazy the difference in their output. But the top comments here. Here's one. 5 Talents says, "Bro is still waiting for an album. Laugh my ass off. Go home, man. The janitor needs to lock up." That is pretty poignant of a comment, if you ask me. Especially coming from like more of an outsider. This is a sub. I'm not subscribed to this. It just kind of popped up as recommended. This posted. But yeah, they've pretty much come to terms. These are like Frank's most diehard fans. Come to terms that he actually is not dropping another project. Here's another person. Slytherin These Nuts. Nice name. Says, Frank isn't dropping another project. OP goes, "I just can't accept it." Somebody replies to them there saying, "You've got to move on to another artist, man. I'm sure they will fill that hole in your heart." So I didn't realize the collective just acceptance of Frank's most diehard fans, that it's kind of just like out there that he is just not doing it. He's not doing another project. And that's not to say he won't come back later in life and maybe do music again, but for right now it seems like he's not doing music. He's not doing music. Hopefully that is proven wrong to us. I would love to be completely proven wrong and for people to be like, "See, we fucking told you." Like, that's totally fine with me. I would rather have new music, but if he's not in that space, I don't want him to force it, because then it's just going to be disappointing, more than likely. Yeah. So I found this interesting. Frank is probably my favorite artist ever, but in the 4 years or so I listened to him, I started to realize that he's just never going to make anything again, or it's going to be a long time until he makes something. And at this point, his music got kind of old for me, and I haven't really listened to him at all for like a year and a half. Maybe it's just time to move on. Yeah, I mean, I don't sit around and just still listen to Channel Orange and Blonde a lot, but, songs come into rotation here and there. Yeah, I honestly can't listen to most of Channel Orange anymore at this point. I don't know why. I mean, that's a classic album. That's my favorite of his, of the two, but it's just a personal taste thing. I only listen to my favorite couple of songs off the albums regularly now. I used to just listen through the whole albums every once in a while and have all the songs in my regular rotation. His discography is amazing, but so limited it's bound to get a little old after a while. And yeah, that's what, that's not different from any artist, especially one with such little music. And then they go on to talk about A$AP Rocky and his output. Just let it go, bro. It's over. So, this pretty much sums it all up here. The collective attitude in Frank's community. Frank is working on a movie right now. He's not working on any music. The movie is never dropping. So, yeah, maybe anything Frank touches turns to a void. Like in Thunderbolts or whatever the fuck. Like Sentry. Frank is just Sentry. That would make sense. Like the power of 1,000 suns. Right? Very powerful, very influential. People, draws many people in. But just emptiness. A void of nothing. At the same time. Shout out Thunderbolts. I just watched. It's on Disney Plus now, so I just watched it this morning. But it's a good analogy. It works. So yeah, I don't know. Fucking crazy, man. If we never get another Frank project, I'll be pretty disappointed. But it is what it is. What are we gonna do? Force the man to make music? Of course not. He's gonna do whatever he wants. So. Just let him be, dude. Let him live his life. He's given us classics that should be treasured. They should be treasured, and they shouldn't be. I don't want people to start hating Frank Ocean. I hope Janae doesn't grow up finding Frank Ocean too cringe. I mean, you can find him cringe. He is cringe, but I hopefully the music stands on its own. All right, moving on. This is a funny one, dude. Drake drops new merch, including poop scoopers and body pillows, exclusively on Amazon. Like that's the tackiest. Like, not only are the items tacky, but the platform is tacky, and the man dropping the merch is tacky. So it's just like a triple threat, and I hate it. But here's the Drake body pillow that you can buy on Amazon. Okay. Here's the dog scooper. Now, this one's kind of fun. This one's pretty dope for all the dogs written on. It's on theme, at least. The body pillow is just fucking weird and creepy. And, yeah, giving me, like, very weird vibes in the photo, first off. Besides the fact that it's a body pillow of Drake, which is weird in and of itself. And then there's this thing. Is that another pillow or a beanie? Maybe. With Drake looking like very, like, Zoolander-esque here. Very sassy. Wearing, like, lip gloss. Very, Drake in his cute era. Here. Okay. So just, like, very strange. Oh, what is this? This is the, is this? Okay. This is kind of tripping me out. I guess this is like a computer generated, like, I thought it was a real photo of hers, but it's definitely not. This must be the website. Yeah, that's the website. But so, let's see. I want to find this shit actually on Amazon. There it is. It's cheap too. It's Drake's Warehouse. Oh my god, dude. Drake's Warehouse. Shop new and archival merch. Wait, this is Drake? He's all like camoed out and shit. Okay, not gonna lie, the plushie is pretty dope. The scorpion plushie. Oh my god. Dog poop bags. Okay, some of this is like creative. But the fact that it's being sold exclusively on Amazon is so ridiculous. Okay, so this is a face mask, the Drake face mask, looking cute. Champagne Miami. Okay, the camouflage is just hideous, and it makes no sense. There's no, yeah, it just makes no sense. What is this? Is this part of it? It's your birth drizzle. It's your birth dizzle. Oh my god, dude. Snoop Dogg. We're gonna talk. Wait, did we already talk about Snoop Dogg? No, we didn't. We did not talk about Snoop yet. Yeah, so there's a lot here, a lot. So it's like Redbubble, but just for Drake related merch. Drake's Warehouse, dude. Oh my god. So is this gonna be a new thing now? Artists are gonna probably. Get ready for more Amazon drops. This is what the fuck is this? Magnets? So Far Gone magnets? That's kind of cool. The So Far Gone shit. That's pretty dope. So yeah, this must, I don't know, merch from throughout the years that he has left over. Scorpion, I mean, he's got shit from all sorts of different eras here, so. Oh, is this Anita Max win? It's kind of dope. Anita Max win? But yeah, I don't know. Fuck Amazon. Drake working with Amazon, it's like you know, McDonald's and Walmart teaming up together. So it's about as icky as it gets. But whatevs. Just had to point it out. It's just some cringe, some Drake cringe for you. For your soul. All right. So we got a big one here, a bigger one here. So the whole Lil Nas X thing, right? At first couldn't tell, nobody could tell. Is this a publicity stunt? Is this marketing for his new music? Lil Nas X running around in the street with underwear on, tidy whities, white boots. This just seems like a music video shoot for him or something, right? But it turns out it's actually a mental health episode, or a drug-induced mental health episode. But the headline, the police statement is really like kind of strange on this, because they said that he attacked 2 police officers, right? And then he was charged with 4 felonies for assaulting cops. So let's see if we can find some of the video. But yeah, he's just walking down the streets of LA in this in his underwear, acting erratically, I guess. Not even really erratic, just strange. So you can see here. Let me read it, actually. I was trying to find the videos, but TMZ Hip Hop obtained video of the Old Town Road and floating aimlessly down Ventura Boulevard at 4 a.m. Someone driving past him recorded Nas, who repeatedly pointed at the camera and muttered something about heading to a party, and at one point he placed an orange traffic cone on his head. Dun dun dun. Our sources say others in the Studio City area noticed Lil Nas and thought the whole thing was weird enough to report it to police. As it turns out, several people in the area had reported to LAPD that they saw a nude man walking in the road. We're told officers responded and found him still walking down the middle of the road, and after Nas charged at officers, they subdued him and put him in handcuffs. Officers told paramedics it was a possible overdose, and Nas was transported to a hospital. So this word here, overdose, that's the weirdest part to me. So yeah, I mean, he was acting strange. I could see him, like, maybe he lunged at the cops or something, and that was, they're considering that like, how did they word it? Maybe they considered a little lunge, like, what, I forgot how they worded it, like an attack on the police or something. But they're saying that he had an overdose, but he just was like acting silly, like he was just like dancing and stuff. So what they mean by overdose, I don't know. It just seems like, and LAPD has a rough history with telling the truth and that kind of thing. I don't know. Seems very strange. Possible overdose. Doesn't seem, that's not what I saw, but law enforcement sources tell us Nas could still face charges, but for now he's still getting treated out at the hospital. We've reached out to his reps, but so far no words back. But then later, Lil Nas charged with 4 felonies. So yeah, assaulting. That's the word I was looking for. I'm such an idiot, dude. Attacking and injuring. So like, what, we need more details on that, because that's not what I saw. He didn't seem violent at all. And not to say that the situation turned violent, or not to say that it couldn't turn violent, but I don't know. Attacking cops. Lil Nas X is now facing years in prison Years. Could you imagine? Because the LA County District Attorney has charged him with 4 felonies, including battery with injury on a police officer. We need that body cam footage, bro. I don't believe it till I see it. Oh, wait, he took his pants all the way off? Oh, shit, he was actually, like, completely naked? So that is pretty bad. If he was actually, like, fully naked. Rapper was naked on Ventura Boulevard in the San Fernando Valley when cops were called. They say when they confronted him, he charged the officers and presumably injured at least 3 of them, hence the 3 felony charges. Man, I didn't realize all that. I mean, I didn't realize that he had stripped completely naked. And then, you know, if he really did like attack these cops, I guess I didn't see everything.
On me. The values instilled in me by my parents has shaped my character.
Hold on, let me get this right.
Has had on me. The values instilled in me by my parents has shaped my character.
It's like GTA. I mean, yeah, that's pretty crazy.
That's my money ain't. Let me get this straight. Wait, I'm the rookie? But my features and my shows 10 times your pay?
Singing Nicki Minaj. So I can't tell. I guess he took his underwear off here? I can't tell.
Came for a verse, no album out?
It has had on me. The values instilled in me by my parents has shaped my character.
Is this just the same thing again?
Wait, I'm the rookie? But my verse, no album out?
Okay. That seems pretty bad. Pretty bad.
I started running my home garage because
what the hell? Okay, yeah, so he must have taken his pants all the way off. Here's another video facing multiple charges. This damn website would load. "30-second ad." Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna hardline my Wi-Fi in here real quick. Oh shit. Computer is actually like being really slow.
That keeps America.
Lil Nas X is in a heap of trouble. He has been hit with 4 felonies. He could face.
One second. I gotta get my displays right. I turned the Wi-Fi off and now I have to reconnect my displays. Second. Give me a second. Give me a second. It'll only take a second. Fucking Lil Nas X, man. Who would have thought? Facing jail time. Alright. Here we go.
Lil Nas X is in a heap of trouble. He has been hit with 4 felonies. He could face years in prison for allegedly.
Dude, that would be so great. If he goes to jail for years, that'll be freaking crazy, man.
Attacking cops during a crazy run-in.
A crazy run-in, which we told you about this, that it happened early Thursday morning in the San Fernando Valley. We, since then, have gotten new video that shows...
Nude video.
New nude video. Initially, we had seen him walking in his tighty-whities and...
See, the thing is, like... or not even, like, the thing is, but he seemed like he was the type of celebrity that really had his shit together. I don't know why I had that impression. It's because, you know, these big marketing campaigns for his albums and whatnot. Got famous, really famous really quickly, and he seemed like he was able to keep up, which is impressive in and of itself, with these big tours and big shows and you know, all of that. The music videos, all of that. And just goes to show, you never know what people are going through.
Cowboy boots, but at some point, those came off as well, and this video shows him completely naked as these were just bystanders.
This is before where he was wearing the tidy whitey.
So yeah, he definitely probably needed to get arrested. If he's walking around in public butt-ass naked.
Right.
He allegedly charged cops, and according to the LA
See, that's a big allegedly, though. We need that video.
County District Attorney,
I don't trust the LAPD.
injured 3 of them. It appears 3
How?
because he's been hit with 3 charges of battery on a cop with
Injured,
injury.
Injured in what way?
I wonder what we don't know just from the charging what the
What he
injuries
did.
were.
Yeah.
Or what he did. You would think how much could he do in that condition, but we don't have any
Well, you can do
body cam video yet. Of
You
the
can do
actual
plenty if you
confrontation.
charged him and hit him or whatever. But there's a 4th charge of resisting a peace officer, so there are 4 felonies.
What about like public indecency or indecent exposure?
That he faces, and again, he could go to prison for this. He
That seems like the most serious thing here.
is currently, as we do the show right now, he's in jail. He's in custody.
Spent the whole weekend
Free Nas X. Free Nas X. Free Nas X.
in jail, but he is waiting for his hearing today, where we presume he will bail out.
And presumably he'll plead.
Free Nas X, but like, yeah, I don't know about the walking around in public naked. That's pretty. There could be children out. I mean, granted it's 4 a.m, but still, so wrong.
He's going to plead not guilty.
He's going to plead not guilty.
Right.
And it's
Why
weird.
didn't they charge him with indecent exposure?
That's what
I don't know.
I mean, maybe they just felt at that point it was such a minor.
How is that the minor, dude? How is that the minor issue?
I don't know. I mean, usually
The whole situation seems weird. And I don't know if I'll pull the quote up or not, but I read that Nas X he spoke on the matter today or something and said that it was a very scary experience. So I don't know. Seems like something like sketchy happened here. I can't tell. It's very weird.
That's
My red flags are going off, like from the cops. Yeah.
like the obvious charge.
usually they do, and I don't know why they didn't, and they could add it.
Right.
But the weird thing about this is we were checking the jail records beginning Friday, and it looked like he was only charged with 1 misdemeanor.
Which is that we were going, why is he
being held
staying
without bail?
Held without bail over the entire weekend. Remember, he was arrested Thursday
I
morning.
mean, there's a potential that one of the officers was injured
Seriously
when he charged at him, right? Because
So why didn't
that's what police
why didn't the
said.
jail records reflect a felony?
Because
Originally on Friday.
originally,
when we were looking at this.
when we
Actually,
covered this
Thursday.
originally, for some reason, the sheriff's department listed it as
I know,
a
that's what we're
misdemeanor.
that's what we're trying to figure out.
I just have no idea. I mean,
if he charged the cops and
Great input there, buddy. Thanks. You're really helping us out here. Thanks. We really needed you to just stand up to give us that tidbit.
somebody got injured, it seems to me.
Yeah,
Bro, why is
if he-
bro standing? Bro is like so turtle coated in the back here. Very turtle coated man.
Charged the cops and somebody got injured, it seems to me.
They
I
would
don't
know that. They would have known that
Right then.
on Thursday.
Right then.
Certainly by Friday, but
So it's just weird. I mean, I don't know that it means anything, but it's just weird because we couldn't figure it out and nobody could give us an answer.
Right.
But we know now. And
but why would they charge him with 4 felonies?
well, he may have.
well, 3 of them are the
He may have hit.
battery
He
of the
may have hit
officers.
3 officers. I mean,
Well,
that's what I'm thinking.
It's
Well, if he hit 3 officers, they're individual accounts.
No, I understand, but just taking into consideration what the police believed at the time, which was that he was on drugs.
On drugs.
And
But that's not a defense.
it certainly.
That's not a defense.
I got it.
That's not. That's like saying I drove drunk,
No,
but I was drunk, so you really can't charge
No,
me.
but I think what Jamie's trying to hit on is that things have changed, right? That
Yeah,
there was a time where you certainly wouldn't have been hit with felonies.
But no. But you would have. See, what I'm saying is the weird thing is that they knew from the jump that he had attacked the officers. It's just, why did they go through the system as a minor thing when it was bigger than minor?
By the way, those boots.
Because maybe they made up the story after the fact. I don't know. It's like, maybe they're like, oh, well, he's on drugs. He's not going to remember this clearly, so we can say whatever we want. I don't know. It seems fishy.
Oh, my God.
Which did
I'm just speculating.
Eventually come off.
I can't believe the pants came
Someone
off.
picked them up, right? And now
yeah,
they're
on eBay. They're on eBay.
Yeah.
I do not think the underwear will be. I don't think the underwear can be on eBay. I think
you're not allowed to sell
I don't think you're allowed to do that.
Hi, this is Eric in Sacramento, California. I wonder, how much drugs can a person take? Oh my goodness. Being in the music business is hard enough, but you get choices to make. Maturity is one thing, but wow, you're a star. You need to represent your brand. This is not a good look for you at all.
So look, I will say one thing.
Not a good look. Bro, this is like the type of story that just builds celebrities' lore. You know, he'll get over it. Hopefully he gets treatment and, hopefully he gets over it. That's the positive outcome is he learns from this experience and grows, and then in a couple of years he just looks back on this and laughs. We will be. But hopefully he Nas X will be laughing about this too in a couple of years. Hopefully he doesn't go to jail. If he goes to jail over all this for multiple years, like that'll be fucking nuts.
That, yeah, if he went on a bender that night, I'd get it. But something was going on because he was acting out of his head Wednesday afternoon. And so this was
Which
a
does point to drugs, but
details.
again, if this were a drug situation, he went to the hospital for what, 4 hours or so,
and then was taken to jail.
And then was taken to jail. So that doesn't. It could be drugs and it wasn't an overdose. It was just he was on something.
Drinking?
He came down, and who knows? We don't know what happened at the hospital.
One of the issues is they never test for drugs in the city of Los Angeles, it seems. When there's a crime,
I don't think you could say that.
Well,
they never do.
I know what you're saying. Why don't you test and find out?
Well, he may have been on drugs, but again, being on drugs is not a defense if you attack a police officer.
Right.
It is really the same principle as, oh, I got in a car and I was driving drunk, but Your Honor, I was drunk, so you can't really charge me.
Keep that in mind.
That's exactly what you're charged with.
Good shit. All right. So yeah, free our boy Nas X. Free him. Just let him out. Who cares? Actually, the end in public is actually so. Throw him in for. That's kind of seems fair in my mind. And maybe and you can already count his couple days in there towards time served. So give him like 25 days or whatever the hell. When did this happen? 3 days ago? So yeah, you know what I mean. Give him about 20 days and he'll be all right. We need the album actually. He dropped a really good EP this year. So, he's out here giving us good shit. We need him we need him out, being creative. All right. So unless you've been living under a rock, you've probably heard about Will Smith being accused of using AI for this tour video. So this video shows footage of the crowd supposedly at his concerts. He did this tour, dropped an album earlier this year, and the clip appears to show audience members with distorted faces, blurred limbs, and extra digits. Okay. Now, you can kind of get a glimpse here. It's pretty obvious with, like, this one. You can see my mouse circling. And there's something crazy going on there. This wild nose, nose to the eyebrows here. This is a good one right here. You got just like the punched in look going on. Just right punched in the face. This is like an elongated, extra wide head here. Look at this one. Right, these are all... this guy just lost his whole face. He's like that dude on Expedition 33. The death guy. If you know, you know. So yeah, pretty obvious tells here. Will Smith accused of using AI for embarrassing tour video. So he kicked off the UK leg of his Based on a True Story tour in Scarborough on Sunday, August 24th, in support of his recent album of the same name. Ahead of the concert, a video was shared from his official YouTube channel titled "My Favorite Part of This Tour is Seeing You All Up Close." So let's watch the vid. It's not gonna... Let's find the vid. Gotta find this shit. Did he take it down? I wonder if he took it down. Probably not. He wouldn't do that. Oh, did he really? Brother. He is just like a walking fumble all the time. Dude, I can't find... I guess they took it off. I guess he took it down. Alright. One more time. So I think it's a mix of like real with AI, especially specifically in the background is where it gets more AI. Like this to me is extremely AI-esque. The cardboard specifically, like look at the texture of the cardboard here. It's like fabric. Which granted maybe it's like fabric pulled over cardboard, I don't know, but there's something about it, like the lettering and whatnot, it's just totally giving AI. But the real tells are when you look at the faces and shit. Now, like, the people up front, probably real. It's where it gets in the background. See, yeah, you can tell. Loses all detail just a little bit farther back. This, like, all of these people look AI. And then this is, you know, kind of self-explanatory. Look at these hands, this amalgamation of fingers. On here. So yeah, and then this is the one that most people are, you know, really mostly. Look at, I mean, you don't have to even pretend. We don't even have to pretend. How fucking embarrassing is that? Jesus. Okay, let's get out of there. So the title of the video was "My favorite part of tour was seeing you all up close. Thank you for seeing me too." There's some irony there. I don't know what it is exactly, but like seeing you all up close, but when you look up close on the concert footage, when you actually look up close to the concert footage of the crowd, they're all fake people. So I don't know. I think there's something that like it's like a backhanded compliment to the like, cuz I don't think not enough people showed up that, you know, not as much as he wanted. So he's like kind of saying, fuck y'all for not showing up for me. My favorite part is seeing you all up close, but where were y'all? Where were y'all? Nobody shows up for Will anymore. It's so sad. In the past week, the clip has been gaining attention as viewers claim it makes heavy use of AI for footage that seemingly shows his adoring fans crying and waving homemade signs. I wonder if I can find, like, fan footage of one of his concerts, because that would help kind of clear the air here. Let's see here. There's got to be some footage out there, right? Concert. Will Smith concert 2025. What do we get? There's no... Okay, 2 months ago, Will Smith and DJ Jazzy Jeff, Men in Black, live at Capitol Summertime Ball. So this is See, this doesn't really count because it's like a festival that had like a pre-built-in crowd. I'm gonna clam my ass. I just want to see it. Don't even need to listen to it, really. Yeah, I mean, it's filled out in the seats and whatnot.
Yeah. Won't let you remember the good guy dressed in black. Remember that, just in case we.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like he's famous, right? That's why people care. They're not like nobody knows the music for real. This is laggy as hell too. So, oh, because I got Apple Music open. That's probably why. Let's quit Apple Music. Get the fuck out of here. Fast forward. Oh wait. Come on.
Strange, watch your back, cause you never quite know where the MIBs is at. Sing! Yeah. Well,
is that an old song? God. Wow. Okay, interesting. We love Will, don't we, folks? What else we got? Oh, this is the same thing. Same show. This is in London. Yeah, I mean, big festival, big crowd for that festival. Here, Will Smith live in Vegas. Song. But we don't get the crowd. I'm trying to find the crowd.
You're coming with me. Shut the thing. Sorry, I love you. Don't hate me.
Alright, shut up, Spider-Man. Love me some Spider-Man. So, no, like, fan footage of just a regular... When was this? Hamburg? July 2025. Will Smith.
My dreams. Joiner, I know you inspired by me like I was inspired by Nelson Mandela. I give him a rose for every.
Is this the Joyner Lucas diss track that he did? I forgot about all that.
Joiner, I know you inspired by me like I was inspired by Nelson.
Beefing with somebody like half his age. Crazy, bro. So old school, dude. Alright, I gotta get out of this. Sorry, Will. I gotta, you know, he did that shit. How embarrassing. Let's see what the temperature is on this. It's always the people you most expect. Yeah. I never expected to hear Will Smith's name and think, wow, what a loser. But after L after L, here we are. He was the best guy in the world before we started knowing too much about celebrities and their lives. That is true. That is 100% true. He was way cooler before he started an Instagram account or whatever. I think we all just expected him to be his character from Fresh Prince and not an egotistical space Mormon committing fraud and airing his dirty laundry on YouTube for a few dollars. Wait, what fraud did he commit? My understanding, and this was a long time ago, I learned about it, that him and his wife opened up a school that was associated with the Church of Scientology. It had a lot of controversy and had to be shuttered because of it. I don't know much about... I can't read right now, Jesus. I don't know much past that, though, but it tracks with his behavior, and I've never seen a reputable source refute it. Damn, you made a claim that you can't prove with so much conviction. 40 upvotes, too. Well, now it's been downvoted quite a bit. Well, luckily for him, the New Village Leadership Academy is easily found by anyone who cares enough to put words Will Jada Smith School into Google, so I'm sure we'll be fine. Well, why don't we just do that ourselves then? What's it called? New Village Leadership Academy and they've got a Wikipedia page right here. So it was a private elementary school located in Calabasas. Indian Hills High School previously used the campus, and in 2008, actor Will Smith funded New Village Leadership Academy and leased the Calabasas facilities for 3 years. 10, 11. So, Smith and his wife, Jada Pinkett Smith, selected the management for the school. Educational methodologies used by the school include study technology, Montessori education, Gardner and Bruner methods. School closed in 13. So then there's the thing about funding. Scientology ties. Here we go. Jeez, they weren't lying. The staff includes a number of Scientologists, including the director. So, dude, all right. So now I'm getting the idea that Heat creator here, is this a paid actor by Scientology? Is this a paid Scientology actor? Why are they out here defending Scientology? I don't know. I'm not going to dox him too much like that, but the point isn't that I didn't believe it or not, nor was it about Will Smith. The point is that why would you make such a strong claim and then turn around and say, I don't know. To be honest, I heard about it though. Like, imagine if we did that about you. You're just living and someone says, that fucker torch salesman is a fraud. Dude, who cares this much? It's a Reddit comment thread. The onus of responsibility really isn't that high and the opinions aren't. Yeah, dude, this guy, man, Heat creator here is a paid op by Scientology for sure. For sure. I'm not even joking. For real. Scientology ties. The staff of this Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith school that was open from 2008 to 2011, the staff included a number of Scientologists, including the director of learning, director of qualifications, and artistic director, as well as some of the school's teachers. New Village Academy's director of learning, formerly the director of Help in Boston. Help is some sort of organization, graduated from the Scientology Delphi School in Milton, Massachusetts. The school's website lists study technology. I was wondering what that sounds like. Scientology shit, which is a form of education developed by L. Ron Hubbard. Holy shit, they were literally teaching L. Ron Hubbard curriculum to elementary kids in a private school. Will Smith, dude, wow. Will Smith actually fucking sucks. The website utilizes Scientology terminology, including spiraling and gradient, in order to illustrate how students learn in school's programs. The school's motto, Spiral Up, has been compared to Scientology's term, dwindling spiral, when one commits overt acts unwittingly. Dude, I hate this shit. It creeps me the fuck out. Although spiral curriculum is also a term associated with Jerome Bruner, when a student needs to be disciplined, they are taken to the quote ethics teacher. That sounds scary. Jada Pinkett Smith. Yeah, that's like some 1984 shit. You need to see your ethics teacher. Jada Pinkett Smith told ABC News, study technology is a secular methodology intended to make. Yeah, dude. Nobody actually thinks Scientology is like a for real, like religion. Like, I know it's secular, bro. I know study technology is secular. That's not the issue. Secular methodology intended to help students better understand what is being studied and apply it to real life. NVLA integrates this methodology as a tool in instructional design by providing teachers the framework to design lessons and curriculum. Just a bunch of fucking gobbledygook. Wow, this is pretty fascinating. In response to reports of Scientology ties in 2008, Jacqueline Olivier, who was administrator at the time, denied that the school had a religious affiliation and told the Los Angeles Times, people tend to think study tech is a subject, study technology, but it is really just the way the subject is taught. They then come to the conclusion that we are teaching Scientology when actually a methodology doesn't have anything to do with content. Yeah, you guys know what the fuck you're doing. Olivier was appointed administrator at the school in 2007. Her duties have included hiring all teachers since that time. She said that in addition to Scientologists, the school also has Muslim, Christian, and Jewish staff members, and said, we are a secular school. Yeah, bro, Scientologists, they're trying to put themselves in the same bucket as Muslims, Christians, and Jewish, Jews. Like, that doesn't, no, that doesn't square away with me. They're not a real religion like that. I mean, maybe, like, on paper, they're designated as a religion, but yeah, I don't know what I mean. It's like an actual, I don't know. Never mind. Faculty and staff do not promote their own religions at school. Children from all religious backgrounds will be accepted at the school. professor of computer science at Carnegie Mellon University and Scientology critic David S. Turetsky was critical of the school's use of study technology and told the LA Times there is no reputable educator anywhere who endorses study technology. What happens is that children are inculcated with Scientology jargon and are led to regard L. Ron Hubbard as an authority figure. They are laying the groundwork for later bringing up people into Scientology. Yeah, obviously, dude. It's like grooming. Turetsky maintains a website critical of study technology and told the LA Times that the terms director of qualifications and the school's qual department refer to those tested by a Church of Scientology qualifications teacher in a Scientology auditing session. Karen Powell, Scientology spokeswoman and director of public affairs for Church of Scientology International, disputed Turetsky's statements and asserted to the LA Times that study tech is not a religious methodology and is used in schools internationally. Dude, these people are slimy. They're so fucking slimy. In early September 2008, members of the anti-Scientology group Project Chanology protested outside of New Village Academy and objected to their claims that L. Ron Hubbard techniques were being used in the school. Dude, Will Smith, he should be getting so much more shit for this. This should be at the forefront of any conversation about Will Smith. In July 2009, Olivier and several of the teachers resigned from their posts for undisclosed reasons. Olivier was replaced by Piano Foster. Their name is Piano? Is that not the weirdest shit ever? Piano Foster? I mean, I guess it's like, it's pretty, but it's like, is that a name? Piano? I've never heard of a piano. Never heard of somebody named Piano. I've never heard of a piano. I just said that shit. It's a real sentence I just said. I can't, Jesus. All right, anyways. Olivier was replaced by Piano Foster, an educator with Scientology associations. Foster began at the school on July 1st, 2009. Mind you, Will Smith, what was his official association with this? Like, he is like the sole, he's like the dude throughout this whole time. And from 2008, Will Smith paid $890,000 to lease the campus for 3 years, in which he had control over. Prior to the New Village Leadership Academy, Smith and Pinkett Smith's two children were homeschooled by their mother. The school was founded by the Smiths, who say they are not Scientologists. In 2005, as a homeschool for the younger children and those of others. So this is where Will and Jaden and Willow went to school. Smith and his wife installed their current director of philanthropy, Jana Babatunde Bay, as the executive director of the school, and Jacqueline Olivier as head of school. So they were fucking leasing it. How does that work? You lease a school, you lease a campus, and because you lease it, you get to assign the directors and shit while you do it. I don't know. It's all seems very strange and under the table kind of. Very like hush hush, very like inclusive or exclusivity. I don't know. It's a private school, so maybe this is par for the course for private schools, but it's certainly sketchy. So anyways, let's continue reading about, Piano Foster has participated in Scientology courses. Foster completed the Scientology class basic study manual at the Scientology Celebrity Center in 2005. Olivier was let go from her $200,000 position due to disagreements over teaching methodologies to utilize at the school. A representative for Will and Jada Pinkett Smith told the New York Post Jackie is no longer at the school for reasons entirely unrelated to curriculum. She is an excellent educator and fully, that's the thing with Scientologists. Scientologists always try and have control of the narrative. These days, they don't really have as much control as they used to, but back then, they were very powerful, very, very convincing, because, people weren't able to, chatter like they do these days, but, they were able to control this narrative, they as in Will and Jada, saying that Jackie, she's an excellent educator and fully embraced the school's secular and open-minded approach to innovative teaching methodologies. But that seems to not actually have been true. It seems like she was starting to push back on some of it. I don't know. It seems like that's what happened. And they kind of pushed her out. The New York Post reported that Olivier left the school due to conflicts with the Smiths over the Scientology study tech teaching methodologies. There we go. Foster confirmed she had been placed as the new administrator for the school and stated, I officially took over on July 1st, 2009, and I'm looking forward to the challenge. I feel I'm ready for the job. Sari Cruz began attending in April 2009. That's, the child of Tom Cruise. Right. Okay. Sorry? Yeah. According to the Smiths, the school has no religious affiliation. And there you have it, folks. Don't believe them. Don't believe them. Yeah, so we got Heat Creator in here running D for Scientology. Okay, so two wealthy people open a school and it closes 5 years later, citing financial hardship despite the fact that the couple's wealth has grown in that time period. What exactly do you think happened? Because that sounds exactly like a tax shelter to me. You could have just Googled it. It's not my job to read the internet to you. You know, they're bickering in here. The first L he took publicly was turning down the role of Neo in The Matrix to do Wild Wild West movie. Okay. So we're kind of going off the rails here. Will Smith is what happens when you refuse to work through your emotions and try to just post through it all in your 50s. Okay. We're in the weeds there, but good shit, right? That's good shit. All right. We're rolling. I still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 5 things to talk about for like top of the show things. What time is it? 12:30. So let me go refill my coffee, take a little break here, give my voice a rest. Then we'll come back, bust out these next 5, and then we'll hit my my updated Hip Hop 200 playlist. It's been a while since I reviewed it. I've made a lot of changes. It's time to give you guys an updated look at it. It's my 200 favorite hip hop songs of all time. Very important. And then after that, I'm going to get out of here because your boys got to sleep. Your boys got to wake up kind of early. So let me go get some coffee. All right? I'll be right back. Hello. By the way, semester started back up. Man, I can't stop burping. Holy shit. But yeah, semester started back up last week. 3 classes. Taking piano for the first time in my life. It's been fun so far. I might do some Go Rage Live. Well, I mean, like, obviously, I'm going to continue to do Go Rage Live episodes, and in those episodes, I will be maybe practicing some piano. Just to kind of, like, archive some of my progress and blah, 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 all of that. It's been fun so far. Challenging, but fun. I was practicing for, like, 30 minutes or so before the stream started, actually. And I could feel myself getting better. But, yeah, so summer is over. I was going ham in the paint over the summer on content. And hopefully I can keep up most of that momentum through the semester. But last semester, I nearly burned out. But my classes were much harder than my classes this semester. So we'll see. I want to just continue to aim to stay at the pace that I've been at. Making that Dan Clancy remix track kind of like put a bump in that schedule, but I was staying creative. Still, just took extra long to make. I made 1 video instead of like several last week, which is totally fine. All right. Anyways, what do we got here next? Freddie Gibbs has seen the impact of AI on music, and he's not feeling it. So a quote from Freddie Gibbs in this recent interview. Art is dying when you gotta ask the computer to write your lyrics. Shit is whack. So they got AI rap now. I done been in studios and motherfuckers is ChatGPTing this shit. That's a real quote from Freddie Gibbs. So apparently Freddie Gibbs has been in the studio with rappers using ChatGPT to help write their lyrics. That's pretty, salacious. I mean, maybe if he named names, it'd be more salacious. It would actually be salacious, but that's pretty fucking crazy to hear. Not that I would ever put it past people. Not basically it's just kind of eye-opening to hear that from a rapper like Freddie Gibbs. I believe him. I don't know how many times it's happened, but even once is too many. If he's in the studio with other well-respected rappers and they're pulling out ChatGPT, to generate ideas, even using ChatGPT to generate ideas if you're a famous rapper, like, dude, you gotta be better than that. You gotta be better than that if you're gonna be famous. So I'm assuming these rappers that he is talking about have fan bases or are somewhat famous. So it's pretty sad to hear, but Freddie Gibbs out here telling us, saying out loud what we already had a feeling was happening.
Yeah, man. I don't even believe nobody that right there that I don't even believe if you really even make it anymore, because motherfuckers I've been in studios with motherfuckers is ChatGPT and this shit.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, what in the fuck?
You better.
And I'm like, damn, how long am I gonna be able to do this shit? Because I'm really actually making fresh shit. How long I'm gonna be able to do it when this motherfucker's in the studio typing into a computer getting their lyrics? People lazy, man. You know what I'm saying? We in a lazy
name, bros.
Day and age, man. Art is dying. You know what I'm saying? When you gotta ask the computer and shit to write your lyrics, shit is whack. But they got AI rap now.
I love his demeanor during that. It is whack. Famous rappers using ChatGPT to write lyrics. I mean, that's pretty fucking crazy. Here's some comments. Real art comes from lived experiences, insight, and perspective. Having a program comb data and extrapolate is antithetical to that process. Gibbs is right. Hell yes. I'm pretty sure musicians in the 80s were saying the same thing about us using the records and not playing instruments. Having AI write your lyrics is disgusting. Culturally, we're being pressured towards outcomes, not the process or effort that humans naturally yearn for. The idea of asking a bot to create any sort of artistic idea overlooks the point of creating it in the first place. Pretty dystopian to me. Yeah, I agree. Like I was saying, even these rappers using ChatGPT as like a springboard for ideas, that's pretty fucking crazy, dude. Like if you need ChatGPT to come up with an idea for your song, you just don't need to be writing a song. I don't think you need to be writing that song. I think you should just put that one down. Just wait until a real idea hits you. All right, but so kind of jumping off the back of that one, we got another Freddie Gibbs quote here, or claim here. This one's a bit on a different subject, but Freddie Gibbs opens up about working with Kanye West, on Vultures and the unexpected tension behind the scenes. He expected praise for a standout verse on the album. Instead, things got a little heated. He goes, Kanye was mad about that shit, Gibbs said. He was telling people like, man, how the fuck he think his verse is the best on my album? Kanye's out here jealous, dude. Oh my God. He's always kind of been like that, obviously. I remember he had this whole like ego trip over Nicki Minaj having the best verse on Monster, and he was like, see, I let Nicki have the best verse. Why do you think I let her have the best verse on there, bro? It's like, bro, you didn't let her have the best verse. Like, she did that. But anyways, Freddie Gibbs had more to say at the link in bio. But yeah, so Freddie, he claims that Kanye didn't like being outshined on Vultures 1. The song is titled Back to Me. I completely forgot Freddie Gibbs is on the album because I didn't listen to that album. I did once, but Kanye was mad about that shit, he said. no clip for this one, but kind of just a funny little tidbit there. Kanye's fragile ego, making him look pathetic and small once again. Freddie's out here. He is not holding back. I guess both of those quotes might have been from the same interview. I'm not sure. So next up is the Snoop Dogg homophobic rant thing. But my source got deleted. I had a Reddit thread there, but it got deleted. So we'll pull up the Economic Times here. What better source than the Economic Times for the latest Snoop Dogg homophobic rant? Snoop slammed as homophobic. Let me start that over again. Snoop slammed as homophobic after bizarre gay comments spark outrage online. The bizarre gay comments. Snoop Dogg recently stirred controversy after sharing his opinion about LGBTQ plus content in children's media on It's Giving podcast. That's the name. On the It's Giving podcast. He recounted a moment when his grandson asked Papa Snoop, how'd she have a baby with a woman? So I just want to find the, let me just find the clip. That's what I need right now. Because you got to see the clip first. I watched it, but now it's missing. Don't know why. So I got a page 6 video here.
Fabrics only at Living.
Well, my grandson.
Okay, yeah, they got it. Good shit. So here's the clip. You got the clip? Roll the clip.
In the middle of the movie, like, Papa Snoop, how she have a baby with a woman? She a woman. Oh,
and that's obviously a fair question from a kid. It's Snoop's like ignorant ass response that's just annoying. You know, it's just fucking
I didn't come
stupid.
in for this. I just came to watch the damn movie. I'm scared to go to the movies now. Like y'all
you can't
throwing me.
explain. If you can't, how can you not explain that simply to a child? You don't even have to explain it. You just say that there's ways to do things like that. You know, something like that. You don't have to go deep into it, bro. Snoop is so like he's so dramatic, bro. He's so fucking dramatic.
In the middle of that I don't have an answer for.
After
How
Snoop
do you not have an answer for it? Bro, educate yourself a little bit, bro.
Dogg got backlash for slamming a Pixar movie that featured
And
a
then we got some AI bullshit.
lesbian couple, the podcast It's Giving seemingly caved to the pressure and edited out his controversial comments.
Oh, yeah.
The 53-year-old
That shit
rap
out of this
legend
one.
had criticized the animated film Lightyear for showing two female characters who had a
And that's a dude, the only people that were actually fucking enraged about that were just like the far right. Or just not even the far right, but just conservatives. And we know Snoop Dogg just performed at the Trump inauguration, you know, so he's getting fed all this fucking right-wing propaganda, the Lightyear movie and shit. I wouldn't even be surprised if the story with his grandson didn't even fucking happen. And he was just like reading about the backlash or something. I don't know. Regardless, it's so dumb, man. And when this movie came out, the right was up in arms about it. Same time as that Bud Light shit. So Snoop is just taking this straight from his right-wing buddies.
baby. In the now censored episode, Snoop had claimed it threw him for a loop and that he's scared to go to the movies, or else he'll be forced to have certain conversations with his grandkids, adding, "They're putting it everywhere." While the gin and juice hitmaker joked that he told his grandson to shush and eat his popcorn, many fans weren't laughing, accusing the rapper of being homophobic. One YouTube
and yeah, just like teaching like this reaction to your grandkids. Like, bro. Lame.
Commenter wrote,
lame.
"You're telling me that as a 50-plus-year-old man, you still don't know how to..."
And then people, pointed out that he there's this photo that he brought like 2 half-naked women to the VMAs red carpet or the Grammys red carpet in the 2000s or something, and they're like, yo, the fuck you mean you have to protect your kids from lesbian couples? We got to protect our kids from your ass, bro. You're out here bringing women to the public Grammy ceremony with no bras on, like see-through shirts, like you see their tits.
To talk to
obviously can't show that, but it's like, yeah, the double standard it's outrageous.
Kid about same-sex parents? Why is that such a difficult concept to grasp? When it first hit theaters in 2022, Lightyear, rated PG, had stirred multiple controversies. Along with replacing Tim Allen with Chris Evans as the voice of Buzz Lightyear, it also marked the first time a gay...
Hey, shout out Captain America, though. Chris Evans. Look at this. Captain America. Hell yeah.
Kiss was depicted in a Pixar feature film. The moment was portrayed by Uzo Abuda's character, who is a fellow astronaut. Amid backlash, the scene was briefly cut from the animated flick, but was later restored after Disney and Pixar employees slammed the company for censoring LGBT.
Yeah, that's crazy. They try to cut it at first. All right, shout out the AI. Thanks for that useful info. But now Snoop is actually facing some real consequences over this. Now, for some reason, the post got deleted, but officials call to remove Snoop Dogg as event headliner following bizarre homophobic rant. And apparently, it's the Australia's Super Bowl. So this is a really interesting situation in Australia. The event mentioned is the AFL Grand Final halftime show, basically Australia's Super Bowl. A player in the best AFL team going into finals has been suspended for the rest of the season for using a homophobic slur during a game. And so there's been a lot of questions asked about the league's stance and whether or not it's inconsistent to suspend a player for homophobia but platform Snoop. So true. It's a genuinely it's a pressing question. The AFL's response to the use of homophobic language by the player was pretty disappointing, and a lot of fans are feeling very frustrated. Will be interesting to see what happens, and if Snoop Dogg does play, how footy fans will respond. Bro's basically famous now for hawking products and being a spokesperson, much more than his music nowadays, yet people are shocked that he's getting backlash. He didn't even write his best verses or basically any songs from the 2000 onwards, so it all makes sense now. Okay. Wrote him off after the whole Snoop Lion fiasco. Aussie here. Regardless of whether canceling his performance is appropriate or not, I think this is a good outcome for us. The game is a month away, and hopefully with the short notice, they will keep it local. The organizers have a long history of booking expensive, washed-up international stars in a failed attempt to compete with the Super Bowl. AFL is a uniquely Australian sport, and the pre-show entertainment should be reflective of that, celebrating local music and up-and-comers. I'd rather see Hilltop Hoods do the show than Snoop. Yeah, not familiar. Yep. So, let me find an article about this. Here we go. The tab got the scoop for us. Never seen this website. Officials call to remove Snoop Dogg as headliner. There have now been official calls to remove Snoop Dogg as the headliner of an upcoming event following backlash over homophobic comments he made. Snoop Dogg recently made comments about gay people in movies, and what he said has been branded, quote, homophobic by people on Twitter. During a recent appearance on his Giving podcast, so we already saw it. Snoop said following the scene, his grandson asked, "Papa Snoop, how's she have a baby with a woman? She's a woman." Snoop then said he's now, quote, scared to go to the movies. He said, "Aw, shit. I didn't come here for this shit. I just came here to watch the goddamn movie. So that's like, fuck me. I'm scared to go to the movies now. Y'all throwing me in the middle of this shit that I don't have an answer for. It threw me for a loop." Bro, it's not that big of a... dude. He added, "Do we have to show that at that age?" Bro, they show... If they, then you have to get rid of all kissing in those type of movies. Between, straight or gay kissing. I'm not totally opposed to them taking out all kissing. I'm not opposed to that. But no, it's like only the gay kisses gotta go. It's like, bro, come on, man. How fucking like hateful can you be? Do we have to show that at that age they're going to be they're gonna ask questions, bro? Oh, the kids are gonna ask questions, dude. Kids asking questions is like one of the most beautiful parts of life. He sucks. I don't have the answer. Snoop's comments were then called out as homophobic. Snoop, so short-sighted, man. Following this, a Green senator has joined calls to remove Snoop Dogg from this year's AFL Grand Final. As per Rolling Stone, he had been confirmed last month as the headliner for the Telstra pregame. I don't know what any of this is, but it's some sort of sport, Australian sport. Telstra pregame entertainment at the 2025 Toyota AFL Grand Final. Previous headliners have included Katy Perry and Robbie Williams. Dude, Robbie Williams, the monkey? The publication has since reported that in the Senate on Monday, August 25th, Green Senator Sarah Hanson-Young claimed Snoop's history of misogyny and homophobia should have precluded him from performing at the Grand Final, arguing the AFL should have instead looked towards homegrown talent for the headline slot. Yeah, for sure. They definitely need to refocus their talent at this point. Moving forward, she referred to him as a slur merchant. That's weird. And said the AFL is a cultural institution, and cultural institutions like this should be backing the rest of our cultural institutions. Our artists, our musicians, our music industry right here at home. Yeah, they're like importing all these big name American artists. It does seem kind of strange. Following calls to remove Snoop from the Grand Final, AFL CEO Andrew Dillon defended the decision to book him. We cannot vouch for every lyric and every song ever written or performed by any artist who has appeared on our stage, Australian or international, he said. What I can say is that our pre-match entertainment on AFL Grand Final Day will be family-friendly and consistent with the audience at the MCG and those watching the broadcast. Was Snoop going to be family-friendly from the get-go? Was that always the plan? It is always important to remember that we engaged Snoop Dogg in 2025 as the person he is today. He has spoken publicly about his past. He has changed. Wait, dude, the homophobic comment was like today. I think he forgot about. Man's forgot about the whole reason we're talking about this. He has spoken publicly about his past. He has changed, and today is a grandfather philanthropist. He helps rehabilitate youth and is a global entertainer who has performed at both the Super Bowl and the Olympic closing ceremony to audiences of more than 100 million people. I mean, yeah, that was back before he started simping for the fascist leader of our free nation, our pseudo dictator. In those environments, his performance was appropriate and well received, and his performance this year at our grand final will be fitting for the best sporting event in the country. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really give a fuck if he performs or not. It doesn't make a goddamn difference to me. He's just an idiot. What are we gonna get rid of all the idiots on this planet? Of course not. We gotta live with them. Some of them are more famous than others. Some of them are in more commercials than others. There's nothing we can do. We just got to deal with Snoop Dogg. I mean, the most we can do is just make fun of him a whole bunch, and maybe he'll just kind of slowly start to go away as people start to clown on him more and more. Kind of like the Will Smith effect, or kind of like the Will Smith situation. I kind of see Snoop Dogg going down that path in life. But hell, man, more money than me. Probably more money than I'll ever have. There's still a chance. Maybe I still have a chance to make more money than Snoop Dogg one day. The same or more. All right. So this is a really, really cool one for me. Mac Miller helped Chance the Rapper coin his iconic ad-lib. Dude, like, it makes so much sense, but I never would have guessed. Legitimately. Wow, who knew that Mac Miller was partly responsible for Chance the Rapper's signature ad-lib? According to Chance, Mac encouraged him to keep a, quote, nervous tick noise he made during an early studio session with Chuck English of the Cool Kids while working on Tin Day, which was his first mixtape. So here is Chance explaining himself.
ad-lib. This is a story that I never get to tell. I'm so glad you brought up Mac and you brought up all this stuff.
Yeah.
I never get to tell this story. The way that my ad-lib, that came from a...
Like, two of my favorite artists, like one of my favorite artists directly influencing another one of my favorite artists' most iconic signature sound. It's so cool. It's such a cool piece of lore. And of course he did. Of course Mac did. Of course Mac heard that and saw the potential in that, or heard the potential in that. It only makes sense. Somebody with such a groovy, colorful mind, such as Mac Miller had, would hear that and notice that and recognize it as something special.
Session where I was...
It's very odd and kind of off-putting when you first hear it. But Mac heard it for what it is.
Supposed to be with Chuck. Chuck brought me to the studio. I'm standing in the booth. This is like my first time like in a real studio in LA. I've been in studios in Chicago, but like I feel, a lot of weight on it. And while I'm recording, Mac Miller came into the control room, and I was getting ready to start my rap. It's the first song on 10 Days. It's called 400 Minutes. And I'm trying to like charge up, and I'm going, like, I don't know, nervous tick. I got ADHD. I'm a special kid. Yeah, I'm just like doing, and
It's so funny to think that like the ad-lib is just Chance like getting his energy out. I mean, obviously, like, I don't know. When I say it out loud, it sounds obvious, but it was him just like doing like vocal warm-ups into the mic. It's so cool. And also like the fact that ad-lib was birthed on the song 400 Minutes. Such a good song. Like that's the birth of it. Like that's good to know as a Chance fan.
I'm like, all right, I'm ready. Start it over. And Mac told somebody to tell me through the intercom to keep that shit at the beginning. I invented my ad-lib. This is a story that I never get to tell. I thank Chuck for like bringing me to the studio and letting me be this little brother nigga that's just like following him around with no name at that time.
Right.
And also like, Mac for interjecting and being like, that shit hot. You know what I'm saying? Like little moments like that. Like, and then I ended up working with all of them and touring with all of them and like, and growing up like in spaces with them. I thank Chuck.
I got suspended. Oh, I got suspended. Shout out Up Rocks, where sound meets vision. Oh yeah. Also shout out Hip Hop DX. Should I follow Hip Hop DX? I probably should. Follow them. Yeah, cool shit. Cool lore.
I thank Chuck for like.
That's a lore collab between Chance the Rapper and our angel Mac Miller. Good shit. What's this? Oh, okay. So this is the last one I got here. This is actually from this is a little more recent. It's still about a week ago. Man accused of masterminding young Dolph murder acquitted on all charges. So this is pretty unfortunate news here, but young Dolph murdered in 2021, late 2021, outside of a cookie shop in Memphis. Shot up by like I mean I guess it was gang shit, but I think mainly just maybe I'm wrong about I don't know exactly. I don't want to get it wrong, but the guy that kind of masterminded it, not the guy that pulled the trigger. So somebody else is already in jail for it. The guy that actually pulled the trigger, but this is the mastermind. He got off not guilty. So it's pretty unfortunate. On Thursday, August 21st, the trial wrapped up for Hernandez Govin, the person accused of being the middleman between the shooters and the person who allegedly ordered the hit on the Memphis rhymer. Oh, so this in the middle between the shooters and the person. So he's just okay. I see. Just one of the links in the chain here. After over 2 hours of deliberations, the jury found Govin not guilty of first-degree murder and conspiracy to commit first-degree murder. After the verdict was read, Govin hugged his attorneys. Footage of the verdict being read can be seen below. But why? Why? just lack of evidence, I guess. Govan was one of 3 men charged with direct involvement in the 2021 killing of young Dolph, who was shot and killed inside Makita's homemade butter cookies in Memphis by 2 masked gunmen on November 17th, 2021. One of the shooters, Justin Johnson, was found guilty during his trial last September, which we reported on at the time, I believe, and sentenced to life in prison plus 35 years. The second shooter, Cornelius Smith, has admitted to his involvement in the murder and testified against Johnson and Govan in exchange for a reduced sentence. Prosecutors alleged Yo Gotti's brother, Anthony Big Juke Mims, put a $100,000 bounty on young Dolph. I didn't realize it was Yo Gotti's brother. What the fuck? Put a bounty on Dolph due to an ongoing feud, so it was kind of like, yeah, like beef type of shit, which Govan tried to cash in on by recruiting Johnson and Smith to kill the rapper. Damn, so Govan was after the money. He should totally... Dude, the fact that he got off is so sick. Obviously in a bad way. Sick in a gross way. Because he's the one that was actually trying to get paid off of this? Like, how fucking disturbing, man. The jury... Okay, Smith told the jury during both trials that Govan approached him and Johnson about killing Dolph and requested a $10,000 cut for setting it up. However, the jury did not agree that Govan's involvement... Didn't agree with Govan's involvement in the case. Why? It doesn't explain why. Is there some more info on this that I can find? I mean, shit. I gotta know more. All right, here. We got videos. We got more, guys. Don't worry.
My name's Travis Arnaud. This will be my 12th year in May.
Let's check it.
Ladies and gentlemen, have you reached a verdict?
Yes.
State of Tennessee versus Hernandez Govan, count 1. We, the jury, find the defendant Hernandez Govan not guilty in count 1 of the indictment.
That's him in the middle there.
State of Tennessee versus Hernandez Govan, count 2.
So if I have it right, this is the guy that was trying to collect the $100,000 bounty on Young Dolph's head, which was put on Young Dolph's head by apparently Yo Gotti's brother. So fucking... I don't know. Seems random to me.
We, the jury, find the defendant Hernandez Govan not guilty in count 2 of the indictment. Ma'am?
Court's in session.
Ma'am? Ms. Johnson, is this your verdict? Is this your verdict?
Ugh, I don't know. Fucking weird.
Yes, is this your verdict?
Yes, ma'am.
Is this your verdict?
Yes.
Is this your verdict?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is this your verdict? Is this your verdict?
Yes.
Is this your verdict?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is this your verdict?
Yes.
Is this your verdict?
Yes.
Is this your verdict? Is this your verdict?
Is this your party?
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I want to thank you for your service this week. You've done exactly what the court asked you to do, which was to sit, listen to all the proof, and come to a decision. You are excused.
The jury is excused. Thank you.
Excuse me?
Go ahead, Your Honor. Court still in session.
They all seem like in complete shock. The lawyer team, I don't know. It seems like they were not expecting to win that.
Mr. Hernandez Govan, a jury of your peers having found you not guilty of all charges, sir, you are free to go.
Thank you so much, Judge.
You're welcome. You may come off the record.
It's crazy. Like it's either you're in a moment like that. I mean, court is so crazy. It's either he's gonna walk out those doors or he's gonna get locked up and taken to the back. Like, whew, man. I can't imagine the anxiety.
Recess.
All right. So again, no explanation here, but yeah, I don't know. It sucks. Rest in peace, young Dolph. He doesn't deserve this shit at all, brother. Let's see what he says.
I just want to say
thank you to my attorneys, Manny, Robert, Haley, Bill,
Thumbs down
Handel,
this video.
my private investigators, everybody for helping me. I didn't have the resources to necessarily, you know, cover everything, and Manny still helped me, you know, and he knew I was innocent.
Who helped him?
Helped me, you know, and he knew I
The lawyer, I guess.
necessarily, you know, cover everything, and Manny still helped me, you know, and he knew I was innocent. Everybody around me knew I was innocent. And I just want to say thank you to the jurors for getting this right and getting my life back.
And that's the main thing. What was it like during the trial? At what point did you think, hey, wait a minute, I think I have a chance?
Well, I knew I had a chance from the beginning because I knew in my heart I was innocent. And
But did you try and collect the bounty or not? What was I reading? Did I lose it? Because I was reading something that said that he had there was some sort of evidence that he tried to collect the bounty. Excuse me. Smith told the jury during both trials that Govan approached him and Johnson about killing Dolph and requested a $10,000 cut for setting it up. So it's just one man's word against the other. That's the problem. The evidence was not there. Just was not there.
so, you know, there was times during the trial, you know, of course, you get some frustrations and stuff here and there, but overall, I knew my innocence would prevail.
And how do we do prepping and everything? Everything is planned for you too as well?
Well, it's trial. You never know what's going to happen. All you can do is prepare the most you can. There were a lot of sleepless nights and countless hours of preparation for the last, year and a half.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, the elbow grease that the team put into this, and with the help of him too. He was an incredibly helpful client. But you just never know what's going to happen in trial or what the jury's going to think. So until closings, you know, pins and needles.
Anything else you'd like to say?
It's like post-game coverage on ESPN or something. So yeah, I mean, he beat the case with a real-life rat. Memphis, Tennessee should be... I'm reading the comments now. Memphis should be ashamed of itself. Once again, it proved Dolph had no chance. The courts and system behind Gotti. Damn, Dolph. I'm sorry, brother. He better than me. I'm not speaking to no camera after trial. Get out my face, man. But he gonna have to leave Memphis. I don't know what the jury was listening to. Memphis, y'all let Dolph down. The defense just put on a more convincing case rather than Govan's innocent or guilt. Blessings to the family, friends, and fans of Dolph. Had 5 lawyers and a PI. Unreal. Dead man walking. You better leave Memphis. Yeah, he actually seems like he should probably leave Memphis. Yeah, time to start a new life, buddy. I almost died there. Not actually, but I was like choking, my throat like closed up for a second. Oh my god. Throat got really dry. Jeez. Alright. So yeah. That's enough of that. But I realized I didn't click on all of... I still have a couple things here that I never got to. Somehow skipped over them. I got this. Well, let me pull them up. A couple things. Yeah, I just missed two. We're gonna start with this. So Kanye launched a cryptocurrency, which surprised it didn't happen before 2025. Like, surprised it's he's just now launching his first crypto. Like, it seems like something he would have tried to do a while ago, but it's here. Ye just launched his official YZY Token cryptocurrency. Are you putting all your money into this? That's the question from our generation music. Just here's my opinion. Do not buy this. This is most certainly going to be some sort of a rug pull. Okay? And even if it ends up not being a rug pull, it's like too risky to tell. So if you buy this, heed my warning. If you listen to this and still decide to buy, there is nothing I can do for you. I actually have no sympathy. Now I am a bit late, so if you're already in, sorry. Reporting on this about a week late. But apparently, let me check out the newest info. I actually just read, I think today, that it reached like $1 billion, or not $1 billion. There's no way that's true. It seemed like people actually were buying this or something. Let me see. $12 million in profits so far? 3 hours ago, Kanye's YZY crypto crash leaves 60,000 wallets in red. No way. Is it really already? I don't know much. I don't exactly know how this shit works, but over 60,000 unique wallet addresses that participated in the trading of the YZY token, a cryptocurrency linked to rapper Kanye, have recorded losses, accounting for more than 83% of the total address count involved in the token's trading activity. The data, drawn from blockchain analytics platforms such as Nansen and Bubble Maps, reveals the extent of the financial impact suffered by the retail investors following a rapid price surge and subsequent collapse of the token. Despite the losses, a small group of insider wallets reportedly generated substantial profits in the days following the token's launch on Solana on August 21st. Dude, that's the rug pull. The small group of insider wallets reportedly generated profits while everybody else lost it. So I don't know exactly what happened there, but that's the rug pull, right? YZY initially saw a dramatic price surge of over 1,400% within an hour of its launch. So, my warning is coming way too late. So sorry about that. That's my bad. If I would have reported on this sooner, probably wouldn't be in this mess right now. So that's my bad. So it had a price surge of over 1,400% within an hour of its launch, peaking at $3 before plummeting by 74% within less than 24 hours. The token's value continued to decline, reaching 77 cents and later stabilizing at 56 cents as of the latest reports. Now, this was written when? This was written, earlier today. Wait, August 27th, 2025 at 11:41 p.m. Eastern. So, very recently, within the last few hours, at least. The sharp decline triggered widespread criticism from the crypto community and raised concerns over market manipulation and the fairness of the token launch. Nansen reported that more than 56,000 wallets interacted with the token and over 27,000 wallets still held balances of more than $1 at the time of analysis. However, out of the first 99 wallets to buy YZY, only 9 retained any holdings. Out of the first 99, only 9 retained. Damn. A detailed breakdown of the losses indicates that one wallet alone suffered an unrealized loss of over $1.8 million, with another wallet recording a loss of $1.2 million. According to Nansen, the top 10 wallets extracted more than $18 million from the token's launch, underscoring the uneven distribution of gains and losses among participants. So I don't necessarily fully grasp all of this, but I understand $1.2 million and the word loss, right? Bubble Maps ID'd Hayden Davis, a co-founder of the previously controversial Libra Token project, as one of the key figures behind a coordinated sniping operation that generated over $12 million in profits. And before any of this, actual rug pulling business happened, the comments immediately at launch were, if you get rug pulled at this point in 2025, you honestly just might deserve it. Also, just dumped my life savings into this. I hope it goes to the moon. We've also got, quote, free from centralized authority. I got $5 that says that's bullshit. And then a gif of a rug pull. Absolute rug pull coming soon. So people, see it coming from 10 miles away, obviously. Davis's involvement, including access to recently unfrozen USDC funds from a court ruling, raised further questions about potential market manipulation and insider trading. The launch of YZY followed a pattern similar to other celeb-driven tokens, where a small group of traders or insiders capitalized on early access and rapid trading strategies. This phenomenon, known as a pump and dump, typically results in substantial losses for the broader retail investor base. According to Bubble Maps, an independent on-chain analyst, over 90% of the YZY token supply was controlled by insiders or the project team. This level of centralization, combined with high transaction fees and limited transparency, fueled widespread skepticism and regulatory concerns. So you already know Kanye is struggling now financially. The money's not coming in. If he thought last year was bad, I'm sure this year is way worse financially for Kanye. So this is an act of desperation here, I can tell. In my opinion. The token smart contract allowed the creator to mint additional tokens. The token smart contract? See, what the fuck does that mean? The token smart contract allowed the creator to mint additional tokens or disable sales, further heightening the risk of a rug pull where liquidity is drained and investors are left with valueless assets. The YZY token's performance also had a ripple effect on other related crypto projects, including YZY Coin and Swastika Coin. Oh my god, that's insane. A YZY related crypto that's called Swastika Coin. Oh my god. Which saw declines of over 88% and 78% respectively. Okay, at least they're in decline, right? These declines were attributed to confusion and allegations of scams within the broader YZY Money ecosystem. So Swastika Coin is actually part of the YZY Money ecosystem. Yeah. Okay. Great. He's really staking his claim on that one, huh? The YZY launch was also accompanied by a security breach of Kanye West's Instagram account, which led to the promotion of a fake token under the name YZY Token, one word. This incident further eroded trust among investors and contributed to the token's volatility. Analysts and blockchain sleuths continued to investigate the involvement of key figures and patterns across celeb-driven crypto projects to better understand the risks and potential regulatory responses to such schemes. So has any of these ever happened where it's not a rug pull, like any of these celeb crypto coins? They're like literally designed to always be rug pulls. So this is what happens when you have like an unregulated thing going on. I don't know if it's a market. I don't know what to call it exactly. Unregulated, uncentralized money system. Right? Very weird. Very like wild west type of shit, like early internet kind of vibes. Just anything's kind of going. The laws aren't built up yet. The safeguards aren't put in place yet. And so anything kind of goes. And so Kanye can come in and announce a token and rug pull it, and nobody bats an eye, really. I mean, the government doesn't bat an eye for some reason. Rug pulls, there's got to be something around them. Like they're at least like kind of illegal, right? At least like kind of, right? They gotta be, bro. All right. So that was fun. Lots of things happening out there in the world, as you can tell, in the hip hop world. But the last thing I want to do tonight is review my Hip Hop 200 playlist. This is an updated updated version of it, and it's actually, so it's supposed to be 200 songs. It's actually 199 songs, and I want to put out a call to anybody who may be watching this video. After you see my list, if you're a hip hop fan, take a look at my list that I'm about to show you, and I need one more song to put in here, and I would like suggestions from the audience of songs I should consider adding to my hip hop 200 playlist. My favorite, or the best / my favorite hip hop songs of all time. 200 of them. Missing one, but I kind of like leaving it open-ended like that. So, let's see here. Going to organize my tabs here 1 second. Trying to think, what's the best way to display this? I think I'll just do it one song at a time here. Now, I'm not going to comment on every song, but I am going to go through them one at a time. And just, I don't want to waste too much breath, because I've already done this like within the last year. But I just want to give an updated version of it, updated look at it. So I think instead of just like talking a whole bunch, I'm just going to click through them. So sit back, relax, enjoy like the slideshow. It's going to take a while to flick through 199 songs here, but let's do it. I think I can. Yeah. All right. So this is, and I think it's ordered chronologically, but it may not be 100% perfect. It's just, wait, actually, let me see. Actually, it's not chronological. Let me see. Can I? Okay, so I can't order it chronological. So it's just in here, in the order that I put them into the playlist. But it's somewhat chronological, especially at the beginning here. You'll notice, starting here with the message. Yeah, so we got the message, Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. One sec. There it goes. The Bridge is Over, Boogie Down Productions. I Ain't the One, NWA. It Was a Good Day, Ice Cube. Really dope, Ice Cube. Okay, once again, my 200 favorite hip-hop songs of all time. One of a small caveat to that, although kind of big caveat now that I think about it, but these are obviously only the songs that are available on Apple Music. So anything that's on like a mixtape, a Dat Piff mixtape, anything that's not streamed on Apple Music is not going to be on this list. Then we got Down for Whatever, Ice Cube. Crumble and Herb, Outkast. Life's a Bitch, Nas. The World Is Yours, Nas. Elevators, Me and You, Outkast. Okay, it's just starting to play them all. Not mad at it. Gangsta's Paradise, Coolio. 10 Crack Commandments, B.I.G. Rest in peace. Parlay, Queen Latifah. Underrated. I mean, just underknown. This song needs to be more popular, in my opinion. That's what I'm trying to say. Parlay, Queen Latifah. Go check it. Hope I Don't Go Back, E40. Robin Hood Theory, Gangstar.
Peace, brother. Live.
Above the Clouds, Gangstar. Brain Damage, Eminem. Kill You, Eminem. This Ring, Tech 9. Shout out Kansas City. Renegade, featuring Eminem by Jay-Z. Doobie Ashtray, Devin the Dude. One of the first songs I ever smoked weed to. Soldier, Eminem. Many Men Wish Death, 50 Cent. Classic. Drop It Like It's Hot, featuring Pharrell by Snoop Dogg. Classic. Receipt, Lil Wayne. Mr. Carter, featuring Jay-Z by Lil Wayne. Three-Peat, by Lil Wayne. I love that album. The Carter 3. Swagger Like Us by Jay-Z and T.I. featuring Kanye and Lil Wayne. Paranoid by Kanye. Make Her Say by Kid Cudi featuring Kanye and Common. Some early good music there. Higher featuring Chip the Ripper by Kid Cudi. Hell Breaks Loose, featuring Dr. Dre by Eminem. Love that album. Relapse. This is the deluxe. My Darling, Eminem. Such a creepy ass song. Such a unique hip hop song. Mesmerize, Wiz Khalifa, Cushion Orange Juice, finally on Apple Music. It's good shit. Got to throw it into the playlist now that it's on Apple Music. What is this? So Appalled, Kanye, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Featuring Jay-Z, Pusha T, Prince, Sci-Hi, and...
One hand in the air, if you don't really care, 2 hands in the air.
There's all sorts of people on this song. It's not displaying all the names. High Power, Kendrick Lamar. High Power. New Day by Jay-Z and Kanye West. Watch the Throne. Nightmares at the Bottom by Lil Wayne on the Carter 4. Die Like a Rockstar, Danny Brown, Triple X, one of my favorite hip-hop albums ever. Nearly perfect. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and say it. Triple X is a 10 out of 10, in my opinion. That's a official canon, Derek canon, 10 out of 10. Or if you're doing like a QDR canon, you can put Triple X as 10 out of 10, in my opinion. DNA, Danny Brown. Nameless, Wiz Khalifa featuring Chevy Woods. Love that song. America, Mac Miller featuring Casey Veggies and Joey Badass. 16 by Rick Ross featuring Andre 3000. Dude, it doesn't get more vibey than this. This is such a I don't know, very very heavy. How do I put it? The song just seeps nostalgia. I don't know. All right, Sing About Me, Dying of Thirst by Kendrick Lamar. Definitely one of my favorite hip hop songs of all time. That's a top fiver type shit. The Recipe featuring Dr. Dre by Kendrick. Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe remix featuring Jay-Z by Kendrick, specifically the remix version. I love, dude, the verses on that shit they blow the other ones out of the water. IMO. And then we got fucking One Train, A$AP Rocky, The Posse Cut, Kendrick Lamar, Action Bronson, Joey Badass, Yellow Wolf, Danny Brown, all sorts of people. I Am a God by Kanye, featuring God himself, of course. God was in the room that day. Kanye, Bound 2. Then we got Pound Cake, Paris Morton Music 2, featuring Jay-Z by Drake. Can't deny it. Classic. Love it. We got Crawl by Childish Gambino. R.I.P. Kevin Miller by Isaiah Rashad. Diablo by Mac Miller on Faces. This is a top 3 hip-hop project of all time for me. New Faces V2 by Mac Miller featuring Earl and Dash. Jesus View by Joey Badass. Escape 120 by Joey Badass featuring Rory. Institutionalized by Kendrick. Well, I just realized I'm missing one of my windows here. Yeah, so Institutionalized by Kendrick featuring Bilal, and Anna Wise and Snoop Dogg. Sorry, get my screens back up here. One second, please. 1 second. Bear with me, please. Bear with me. Doing very good here tonight. I am getting sleepy, but we're in the final stretches here. Or I guess I am. There we go. All right, back to where we were. So Institutionalized. After that is All Right by Kendrick, and after that is You Ain't Gotta Lie, Mama Said by Kendrick. And then we got Mantra by Earl Sweatshirt. Right, 2014. Rush Hour by Mac Miller. We're into 2015. Two Matches by Mac Miller featuring Ab Soul. Then we got Drug Dealers Anonymous, Pusha T featuring Jay-Z. Some Caw, rest in peace Caw, Morn at Night. Vince Staples, Big Time. This one's produced by James Blake. Travis Scott with Guidance, one of the coolest sounding hip-hop songs of all time. Like, seriously, such a amazingly produced song. What's Wrong by Isaiah Rashad, featuring Zakari and Kendrick. Again, another incredibly produced song. Church, Liquor Store by Saba, featuring No Name. Really Dope by Danny Brown, another one of the posse cuts. Kendrick Lamar, Absol, Earl Sweatshirt, Danny Brown. S on Your Chest, Injury Reserve, getting into 2016. Moving Backwards by A Tribe Called Quest. We the People by A Tribe Called Quest. Legend Has It by Run the Jewels. We got The Hills by Half a Mill. This is Hit Boy and Dom Kennedy together make a duo called Half a Mill. This one's featuring Quentin Miller. Very essential hip hop, if you ask me. 2010s hip hop, if you ask me. All right, Buddy with Guillotine. Shout out, Buddy. Then we get in the Brockhampton era with Star. The Story of OJ by Jay-Z. Who Dat Boy? Tyler and ASAP. Lean for Real. Playboy Cardi featuring Skepta. If You Know, You Know. Pusha T. Kids See Ghosts by Kids See Ghosts. Kanye and Kid Cudi featuring Yasin Bey. Then we got is it Talkin' Dirty? I think it's Talkin' Dirty. Pick Got Us by Swizz Beatz. 2019. Definitely a underappreciated album or underloved album, if you ask me. Good Night, Benny the Butcher on Tana Talk 3. This is my winter album when I'm trying to feel cold and gnarly and cold and just like trying to like be like, yeah, like cold blooded and just like vicious. I put on Tana Talk 3. Get my fucking mobster shit on. 97 Hove, Benny the Butcher. Palm Olive, Freddie Gibbs and Madlib, featuring Pusha T and Killer Mike. All right, Education, Freddie Gibbs and Madlib, featuring Yasin Bey and Black Thought. I definitely like, in my opinion, I think Bandana is better than Pinata. And that's just my hot take. Tenasia by Nas, Lost Tapes 2. Again, another underappreciated album. Fantastic album. Highly recommend it. The Lost Tapes 2. Then we got Free the Frail. JPEG Mafia hits the scene for me, personally. Featuring Helena Deland. 327 by Westside Gunn and Joey Badass, featuring Tyler the Creator and Billy Esco. Some essential 2020 shit here. Ooh La La. Yeah, now we've hit a new decade. We've entered the 2020s. Ooh La La remix by Run the Jewels, featuring DJ Premier and Lil Wayne. Very important song as far as 2020s hip hop goes. Hell on Earth Part 2 by Westside Gunn, featuring Benny and Conway. Griselda's back together on HH8 Side B on this one. Life of the Party, Kanye, Andre 3000. You know, just like a epic tale here between two goats. Auntie Diaries, Kendrick Lamar. One of the most, you don't get many songs. You really don't get songs like this in hip hop. You really don't. So it's a treasure. This one's a treasure for sure. Then we go on to Billy Woods with Fuchsia and Green. This is definitely an overhated, underrated album by Billy Woods. I don't understand why this one didn't really click with too many people, it seems like, but this is like one of my favorites. This one and Hiding Places are my favorite Billy Woods albums. They Reminisce Over You, Troy, CL Smooth and Pete Rock, classic. Passing Me By, The Far Side, classic. Time and Space, A New Refutation of, Diggable Planets. Let's see where we're at in the list, because I gotta pee. About halfway through it. So let me go pee, and then I'll come back down here and bust out the rest of it. Stay tuned. One sec. Let's bust out the rest of this, and then I'm getting out of here. I know. Sorry to disappoint. I know. I'm sorry. Changing thing. All right. Anyways, we were right here at Time and Space. A New Refutation of by Diggable Planets. Then we got the What? 2005 remaster. Is that right? Is that what was next? Yeah. All right, cool. Just double checking there. So yeah, The What by B.I.G. Distortion to Static by The Roots. All Black by Big L. Rest in peace. Boom Biddy Bye Bye, Cypress Hill. Fuji La by The Fugees. Respond React by The Roots. Again, this is my top 200 favorite hip-hop songs of all time. We've gone about through half the list so far. Respiration featuring Common by Black Star. Done It, or Done Started Something by DMX featuring The Locks. And who's that? Mace? It must be Mace, right? Maybe I'm wrong. I think it's Mace. Money, Power, Respect by The Locks featuring DMX and Lil Kim. Jay-Z with Big Pimpin' featuring UGK. You know, how could you not include that one? Mathematics by Mos Def. Mesmerized by Ja Rule. Love that one. Reminds me of my childhood. Nobody Believes Me by Styles P. I'm a Tell by Tech 9. Shout out KC. Number One Spot by Ludacris. How could you forget? So Far to Go by Jay Dilla featuring Common and D'Angelo. Common and D'Angelo really transformed this Dilla beat into something particularly special. Right? Fancy by Drake featuring T.I. and Swizz Beatz. You know, that's a guilty pleasure of mine. I can't lie. Nike's on My Feet by Mac Miller. Peso, A$AP Rocky. Common Knowledge by Asher Roth. One of the best white rappers. ADHD by Kendrick Lamar. More Section 80 there. Yonkers, Tyler the Creator. Waves, Joey Badass. Rise Above by Wiz featuring Pharrell. I've always loved that song. Shaba, A$AP Ferg featuring A$AP Rocky. You Can Love Me When I'm Dead by John Wayne. Glam by Chuck English featuring Chance the Rapper and Macy Stewart. Shout out to that story we just read about Chance the Rapper and Chuck English and Mac Miller. And then this is what's the name of this? This track is Grinding My Whole Life by HS87, which is more Hip Boy. This is like a posse cut with this whole HS87 crew. Anno, B-Car, Hip Boy, Big Hit, Audio Push. You know, remember Audio Push, the duo? Backpack rappers? B-Mac the Queen and Kent Money. So this is what Hip Boy was doing around 2014, trying to make this group pop off. Never happened, though. They dropped one album. I loved it, but it did not get much attention at all. I'm Gone by Logic. Gotta love it. Deliver, Lupe Fiasco. It's the pizza song. Oh My Darling, Don't Cry. Run the Jewels. Genocide, Dr. Dre, featuring Kendrick, Marsha Ambrosius, and Candace Pillay. B-Boy, Meek Mill, Big Sean, A$AP Ferg. This is a many people probably don't know about this one. I mean, I say many people, but I don't know. It came out a long time ago, 12 years ago. Never was on the radio or anything. Never was huge, but I always thought the song was really special. Really something special going on with the song. Summer Friends, Chance the Rapper, featuring Jeremiah and Francis and the Lights. Ultralight Beam, Kanye. What's this one? Walk on Water, A$AP Mob. That's 12E. Ant. Plus more. Can't read their names. You Should Know, Rhapsody, featuring Busta Rhymes. Flatbush Zombies and Jada Kiss with Facts. Joke Ting, Gold Link. You know, Joke Team by Gold Link, featuring Ari Pensmith. Then we got Hot by Young Thug, featuring Gunna. Bigger Than Me by The Loopers. This one's just called Prada, right? Pravda by Your Old Droog, featuring Makhami, LP, The God Fahim, and Black Thought. One of the best posse cuts of this decade, for sure. And then we got, what's next? Right. More God Fahim and Your Old Droog with Stones and Rocks. Really, I recommend this whole project, to be honest. The Wolf of Wall Street. And then there's a Wolf of Wall Street 2, which is also pretty, alright. But this is, like, the first one's the better one, if you ask me. All I Need by Wiki, featuring Earl. Oh, by the way. Yeah. This album here, I got it on vinyl. I had to think about it for a second, and that's where this poster comes from. If you look right here, this poster comes from the vinyl of Half God, which is this album. So just some info. Then we got the other Pusha T and Jay-Z collab. They're both in here. I think they only have 2. They might have 3 collabs, but Neck and Wrist by Pusha T featuring Jay-Z and Pharrell. Rusty, Tyler the Creator featuring Damo Genesis and Earl Sweatshirt. Forgot About Dre by Dr. Dre featuring Eminem. Juice by Chance the Rapper. Acid Rain by Chance the Rapper. Dirty Offline by JPEG Mafia. This Is America by Gambino. Red Water by Earl Sweatshirt. Ambitions as a Rider by Tupac. So Fresh So Clean by Outkast. Paradise Extended by Big Sean. TV Dinner by The Cool Kids. Hip Hop Lives by KRS-One and Marley Marl. SDS Somebody Do Something by Mac Miller. Stains, Brockhampton. Back in our Brockhampton area. Again, this is my top 200 favorite hip-hop songs of all time. Daydreamin', Lupe Fiasco featuring Jill Scott. How could you forget that one? Golden Chrome by Currency, Harry Fraud. Some 2020s shit. Smuckers, Lil Wayne, Kanye West, Tyler the Creator. The whole Cherry Bomb album was worth it just to get Smuckers, in my opinion. Boys in the Hood, Eazy-E featuring Ice Cube, the remix. Lightworks, MF Doom featuring Jay Dilla. Really, like Jay Dilla's beat with Doom on top. Lightworks. Girl Scouts, Rico Nasty. One of the coolest songs from the 2020s still. Antidote, Travis Scott. Impossible, Travis Scott. Kick Push, another food and liquor joint. Some Lupe Fiasco. Pass the Dutch by Young Money and Shot Dog. Yeah, love me this Young Money, We Are Young Money project. Always have since I was in middle school. Been rocking with this shit. Some good shit on it still that holds up. All right, Bloody Waters, Absol, Anderson .Paak, James Blake on the Black Panther album. Forbidden Knowledge by Rory featuring Big Crit. Real good shit. Some nature vibes there for your soul. Checkpoints, Billy Woods and Kenny Segal. All right. You nurture the soul with some Rory, and then you crush it with some Billy Woods. Jailbreak the Tesla, Injury Reserve, Amine. Such a cool, like, futuristic, just unique song idea there in that one. Motherfucking Right, 2 Chainz and Lil Wayne. They do so much with so little. It's pretty great. Otis, Jay-Z and Kanye West, Watch the Throne, featuring Otis Redding. Can't forget about it. Goosebumps, Travis Scott, Kendrick Lamar. One of the best ever. One of the best Travis Scott songs ever, for sure. American Psycho, D12. I've always been a huge fan of the song. I mean, just like the creepiness of it. The rhyme schemes, Eminem's verse, I don't know. He goes crazy on the shit. I mean, they all do, but especially M's verse really stands out. Glock in My Lap, 21 Savage, Metro Boomin. Rat-tat-tat, Rat-tat-tat-tat, Dr. Dre on the Chronic. Look Over Your Shoulder, Kendrick Lamar, Busta Rhymes, with a young Michael Jackson on the sample here. God's Country, Utopia, probably my favorite song on Utopia. Neighbors, J. Cole. I gotta show J. Cole a little. No hate to J. Cole. He's just not one of my favorites, but he deserves to be on the list somewhere. And Neighbors is, it's the one, I think. Then we got throwback here, De La Soul with Buddy, featuring Jungle Brothers and Q-Tip from Tribe. Two of America's Most Wanted, Tupac, Snoop Dogg. Not Like Us, Kendrick Lamar. Absolutely. One of the best songs ever. Probably the best diss track of all time. At this point, I think I'm safe to say that belongs near. Thought I Was Dead, Tyler the Creator. So now we're getting into the last year. Featuring Schoolboy Q and Santa Gold. This song has power. This song is, real power, real movement in this song. We got 1212, Method Man, Redman, Stoned, Mac Miller, Balloonerism, Rest in Peace. Rainy Days by Raekwon, featuring Ghostface and Blue Raspberry. Cream, Cash Rules Everything Around Me, Wu-Tang. What's this one? Method Man, Wu-Tang, Method Man, Raekwon, Jizza, RZA, Ghostface. Right? What else? Some Roots. Dynamite. Land of the Lost, 3 6 Mafia, Euphoria, Kendrick Lamar, POV, Clips, Tyler the Creator, Pusha T and Malice. So now we're getting into, now, like current, present time. Summer 2025. Numbers on the Boards, Pusha T. Stomping, Saba, No ID, more 2025 shit. My Melody, Eric B, Rakim. Brain Cells, Chance the Rapper, we were just talking about Tinte. Scenario, Tribe Called Quest. We're getting towards the end here, people. Steve Biko, Stir It Up. Letters, shout out new Chance the Rapper album, Starline. I'm really, 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 really enjoying it. Really, very much so enjoying it. And this song here specifically is just chef's kiss. And that's where we're at. All right, so I have one spot open left on this list right now. If you have any suggestions based on what you've seen me go through here of songs that I should consider adding, or, looking for one song that I should consider adding to this, feel free to comment. Leave it in the comments. Let me know. All right. I've been talking a lot. A lot. My throat hurts. I am not the throat goat. My shit get hurt. My shit gets sore when I do these episodes. But it's totally worth it. But I am definitely not the throat goat. Yeah. This has been Scratch Up Live number 47. We learned a lot. There's a lot going on out there in the world. The music industry. Just the entertainment industry. The YouTube spaces. Look out for my song, hopefully, on the H3 remix competition later this week on Friday. It's supposed to be on Friday. Make sure, if you want to be involved in the community, suggest things to me. Join the Discord. It's a fun place. Mostly just me in there, posting shit I'm seeing on a day-to-day, but you get sneak peeks about what's going to be in the next episode and all sorts of stuff. So I've been your host, Derek Obscure. Scratch Up Live number 47. Quarter Day Recordings is your first stop for hip-hop discussion and music production. We'll be back soon. Probably with the Go Rage Live number 10. I'm going to make an updated thumbnail template for Go Rage Lives too. So, all right, that's it. Peace.